Hello and welcome to Once Upon a Tavern, the only Dungeons and Dragons stream that has the DM host the stream and DM at the same time. That's right.
You
That's
can't
right.
prove that.
I am doing both right now. I have the stream over here. Well, the stream's here. You guys are over here. My notes are here, and my camera's here. My mic is here again. Now, finally, we got that all fixed.
My
Um,
mic here.
my life is literally a fucking mess right now, but we're doing it because I need this, and I know all of you do too. Yay! All right, so
Hey!
thank you.
I was
Uh,
so
really quick, I want to hop back into it. Double check my mic's working. It is working. Fantastic. We're gonna get right into today's episode, but first we have just a few announcements. First of all, as you can tell, there are significantly fewer of us here in the game today. As most of you know, because there aren't many of us of you watching right now, but Bill is still dealing with stuff involving his house. He's dealing with tons of renovations. He's very, very busy right now, and he's going to be out for just a bit while he gets all of that sorted, and he will be back soon. Don't worry. No one's kicked out, despite my desire to kick someone out. I'm kidding. And then Seth is, I don't know where, training, I think, for the National Guard. I don't really know. I don't know what he does. But I should close my door. But he is gone for at least through July. I believe he'll be back the first or second week of August. So Seth is also gone. Thankfully, it's the two characters with intertwining backstories that have left, so it makes it easy to kick them out. So we will be dealing with all of that today. In case you are watching this now and you would like to catch up on our older episodes or have to leave and want to come back to this later, go ahead and...
Well, Ben, I can't chat to you, so just put your mic closer to your face. I can't hear you.
Okay, I thought you were yelling at me that I was too loud earlier, so now I'm not too loud?
I didn't yell at you.
Oh.
I didn't say anything.
Oh.
There you go.
I'll get my chat sorted. I know I can get it. I'll get it sorted. Don't worry. Is this better?
Yeah, perfect.
Thank you. So, bit.ly.com/once upon a tavern, no underscores in this one. That will take you to our YouTube channel where you can catch up on all of our older episodes as well. If you like to just listen to us instead of watch us, you can also check us out wherever you listen to podcasts. I have made sure that all of our episodes are up on our podcasts right now. So if they aren't there right this second, they will be there by tomorrow for sure. So all the way through episode 20, through last week's episode, are all up on our podcast now. I'm also excited to announce that there's actually a legitimate schedule for how things will be released from here on out, which is video episodes will be up on YouTube the following Tuesday. So this episode will be up on YouTube on Tuesday, and our podcast episodes should be up on Sunday. So I'm stating that schedule. We are sticking to it, and that is that 100%. Okay. And I know we haven't talked about anyone else taking over for this part, but so I guess I'm just going to keep talking. In case you didn't know, we have a Patreon. You can also subscribe with Twitch Prime. But if you would not like to subscribe with Twitch Prime, you can go to our Patreon at patreon.com/onceuponatavern. No underscores there either. There's a $3 tier, a $5 tier, a $10 tier, and all of them get you all sorts of just little goodies. It's all just about supporting the stream and making sure that when we come back together in real life, that we have a bit of a better equipment budget going on. Things are looking a little good about coming back together. It's either going to be the 12th or the 19th of July. We're still not entirely sure on that yet. But keep an eye out, keep an ear out. Nothing changes. We're still playing regardless, whether we meet in person or not. So patreon.com/onceuponatavern. If we reach 10 patrons by the time we come back together in person, Mike, who plays Aldous, will blue himself. That's right. He will blue himself just for us and come showing us what a true Triton looks like. So please, for us, go to patreon.com/onceuponatavern and become a subscriber at the $5 tier. That's all. After that, once he blues himself, I don't give a shit. You can cancel the Patreon, but it's only $5 a month. Like, what do you need that for? A Burger King? You don't need it.
A Burger King.
A whole Burger King.
What does a Star Wars cost these days?
$5
Go buy-
isn't even going to get you a Burger King anymore. All right. So
Buy yourself a Burger King.
It's $5, kid. Go buy yourself a Burger King.
Tyler, how's merch? Great. No, we actually are working on some merch stuff. I'm not really entirely sure on the progress of it, but we've kind of like put out some feelers to see how that goes, and hopefully we will have something to show you soon. If not, if you want to give us money, go to patreon.com/onceuponatavern. All right, that does it. I don't have anything else to talk about. Does anyone else have anything to talk about?
No.
Fantastic. So without any further ado, let's dive into tonight's episode of Once Upon a Tavern. And welcome back.
Hey, 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 hey.
So, let's get started. Where last we left the party, you all met with Girgagax and Father Lysander. Father Lysander, the father of Demetrius, who had both urged you all to protect Girgagax during his big announcement speech to open the gates, a ceremony they're calling the Great Opening. During the speech, and as he was beginning to open the gates, an assassin fired a crossbow bolt from across a rooftop, 4 of them revealing themselves, all in an attempt to assassinate Girgagax. The guards managed to keep him safe while the rest of you tried to dispatch the assassins, having a very tough time along the way. Just when it seemed like it was all finally over and you had been successful, you hear screams coming from the other side of the town square. Not the screams of the newly masked assassins wearing an Eye of Abraham mask who were fighting the clerics of Father Lysander, but new screams, and you see a horned devil fly out of the crowd. It went straight for Girgagax, and you all fought it back. In the process, Joe had attacked it, and it seemed to almost sense Saruz on her after she mentioned being the one to kill Azazel. The creature seemed to almost fear her at that point and moved away, going straight for Girgagax, trying to complete its mission. But all of you managed to keep it off of him and successfully kill the Horned Devil. Upon that happening, most of the crowd had been cleared out. The clerics of Father Lysander had taken the square and seemed to fight back the church, rallying with your success. However, you all noticed, with the silence came the loud, hard beat of wings. And looking above at the top of the gates, you saw a massive, gargantuan, ancient dragon. Black scales along its back, red scales on its underbelly. It fell from the top of the wall and flew down into the city, setting flame to anything in its path. And as it began to turn back around toward all of you, Girgagax yelled for you all to head to the wall. And that is where we're going to begin. So, what do you all do?
I use an action to activate the Pearl of Power while we run.
Do you all follow him to the wall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get through the wall.
Yeah.
You all
I'm also going to do the Pearl of Power thing.
You all begin running as this dragon, its wings beating hard against the air as it flies towards you all. Lysander running with you guys as you all manage to get to the gate, this massive gate. The wall itself is about a quarter-mile high. The gate is about half that size. It's huge, just looking up at it like a tall skyscraper. As you arrive at the gate, Girgagax opens a smaller door on the side and yells at you all, "Get in! Get in!"
I get in.
We get in.
All right, you all manage to get in. As you do, the last one turning around and seeing this massive dragon open its mouth as fire, just liquid fire, splattering against the ground as it comes up to you. You manage to get inside and slam the door shut as you hear as this thing slams against the gate. You hear it roar, just as it turns back, and it's silent for just a moment. As you all stand there, Lysander looks at all of you and he goes, "I cannot stay here. My clerics need me out there now more than ever."
Father, you cannot hope to fight that thing.
I do not hope to fight it, but I do hope to save others who are fighting it. We cannot risk it.
Do we stay here with Gigagax, or I feel compelled to help people as well.
Girgagax looks at you and he goes, "The gate must be opened."
Where's the button, right?
The
Is
lever's,
there a lever in here?
lever's at the top of the wall.
Oh. Okay, well then we go do that. You just need like one guy, right? Like one person to pull a lever. It's not that hard.
If only one of you wants to do it, you're free to just pick someone to do it then.
We may run into the Drosko, and there, as we saw, she was standing on that roof, and it seemed to be that she summoned that devil here. So I think it would be safe if we didn't run off separate ways, that we at least had somebody to cover our backs.
Agreed. Until the task is complete, I do not believe it in our best interest to split up.
Remote, we are agreeing more and more these days. What is my life?
While I agree with you, I think we should protect the people, but in this instance, I think it's correct. The quicker we get this gate open, the more avenues of exit that people have. Mm-hmm. So the quicker they can leave as well.
Less of a bottleneck situation.
The dragon comes from outside. If we open the gates, perhaps its mission will have failed.
This is not a wasp inside your house, man. It's gonna burn everything. We're gonna have to kill it after this, okay?
We shall
But
see.
first, we go and, open the gate. Because that's what they don't want us to do. So if we get to it, we get it done, that's gonna piss them off.
All right.
2,000 gold to each of you if you manage to open it. I'm coming with.
Sounds good, man.
I am still waiting for the 1,500 gold.
Well, that's coming when
I'm
he doesn't
totally
die.
kidding. Joe doesn't care. Sorry, that was April. April's like hearing all this money and is like, "Fuck yeah, give me money."
Lysander slowly opens the door at this point and pokes his head out. He goes, "It is gone for now. I will make my escape." And he looks to you, Demetrius. He puts his hand on your shoulder, firm, fatherly shoulder pat, as he looks at you and he goes, "I will be fine. I am taking care of those who need me most, and you are taking care of those who need you most.
Stay safe, Father.
You as well." And he slides out the door slowly and shuts it behind him. So,
You're a badass.
Right.
Such a badass.
Finally, NPC I like.
Yeah.
Like,
He
oh
used,
shit, now I can't kill him.
he used to be a Doom guide.
Oh wait, no, he has to kill him now. That's right, that's how it goes. They need something to avenge.
As you begin to all look around the area that you are now in, you see a massive web of wood beams above you between each of the stone walls. The other side of the wall is about 100 feet away, and in front of you, there are 2 wooden lifts held by chains. The first lift is at the top of the wall, but the second one is here on the ground level. It can fit all of you, but just barely. But next to you, next to the lifts, is a single-file wooden staircase that leads all the way to the top as well. This is a skill challenge we are entering. So choose your path, and quickly.
I'm having PTSD from the last elevator we were in.
So I can take the staircase.
Kicking myself for not taking expeditious retreat.
So I can
I'm gonna take the elevator.
Okay.
I will also take the elevator.
Okay.
I'll take the stairs. Me and Senna will.
Okay, you guys are splitting up.
I think
I
that's
will go stairs as well.
Yeah, I'm taking the stairs.
I guess I'll go elevator then.
3 and 4. Grimald, where are you going?
So there's now 4 on the stairs, correct?
No, there's 3 and 3. You're the
Sinna.
deciding. you're the
Sinna's
deciding-
4.
Oh.
Ah.
He's
Girgagax is also... He's like, I'll go where you tell me to.
Oh yeah.
You should probably
How
take.
far is the staircase from the lift?
They're
Like-
they're next to each other.
Oh, okay.
But stairs are stairs, and lift is lift.
I will take the lift.
Okay.
As he drinks them.
That makes it 4 and 4. Girgagax is like, well, then I'm going to take the lift if no one has any preferences. And he jumps on.
If this thing breaks down, I cannot guarantee I'm going to save you, okay?
Then I cannot guarantee you'll get paid. In fact, no. I can guarantee you won't get paid.
Well, then take the stairs, goddammit!
Fine! And he runs the stairs. And with that, you all begin making your way up. Those of you on the lift, you pull the lever and the lift shutters before you hear the sounds of chains clinking and the platform begins to rise. You guys made this hard. The rest of you begin to run up the stairwell in single file order. Girgagax pushes his way to the front of the charge, jumping over every step. And outside the thick stone wall, you can begin to hear the angry roars of the dragon. It seems like you are safe from its wrath until there is a sudden slam against the wall. The lift shakes back and forth, knocking against the sides of this hastily built shaft. But it manages to hold. Those of you on the stairs, you watch as the staircase shakes, grabbing the railings and kind of hoping for just a moment that it stays together. Below you, you see wood beams have kind of like shattered and have begun to kind of fall, but the staircase mostly stays sturdy.
Come on, this is why I didn't take the lift.
Halfway up now on the lift, you guys have gone well past the rest of those. So, despite the fact that you guys are booking it up the stairs, the lift seems to be moving just a little bit faster. And halfway up, there's another slam as you hear outside of the stone wall. This time on the lift, one of the chains snaps on the corner of the lift. It's being held up by 4 chains, one on each corner. The chain snaps and the lift tilts to the side.
Can I attempt to grab the chain with my whip?
Sure, roll an athletics check.
Like while holding on to the lift, or just grabbing the chain for yourself?
I'll slide over to that corner as I'm seeing it cracking, and I'll grab the hook on the platform and lash out towards the chain.
Okay.
And I wanna. While he's doing that, I wanna grab the other side of the chain, I guess.
Okay. So
To be
you
ready
want
to hook it up.
You want to aid him, basically?
Yes.
I'll allow it. Go ahead.
Just Captain America style.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so that's a 20 plus. You said athletics.
Yeah.
That's a 20.
You, Varus and Grimald, you manage to each grab one side of the chain and just kind of pull them together. As Varus, you grab the bottom part of the platform, lifting everything and trying to pull them together. You can't get them mended, of course, but you manage to get them and hold them tight as the platform continues to carry you. Meanwhile,
Can I cast mending on it?
they're on the lift.
Yeah.
Go ahead. That's just a cantrip, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you mend it, the chain comes back together. The rest of you running up the stairs with that second slam. This time, the dragon had hit the wall just above you, and some of the beams above you knocked loose, flying into each other. You watch as one beam hit another and kind of smashed into a lattice of wood as splinters fly down around you, and a large piece of a wooden beam falls down toward the front of the stairs up by where Girgagax is.
I am going to. Can I dive, tuck, and roll with Girgagax to get on the other side of it?
Sure, roll an acrobatics check.
If that doesn't work, I'd like to lightning lure the.
25. I think it'll work.
Well, there you go.
Almost crit.
Fantastic. As you go ahead and drag Girgagax out of the way, the rest of you manage to just step back, stopping as this wood beam smashes through the steps in front of you. You hear a as it just rips through the lattice of wood below you until the staircase begins to sway and begins to wobble. Support beams have been blown out beneath you. They're creaking, they're shaking, and you realize you don't have much time left. I'm going to need another skill check from someone to help you guys ascend quickly.
I mean, just one athletics for everyone would work, or could I don't know how to help everyone kind of thing, I guess.
Anyone have any other ideas?
What if Cinna, kind of scouted ahead and gave us, the best path through the rubble?
Yeah, could that work?
Sure, have her roll a, do you have a pitch on what check you want for that?
I could do an animal handling or something, or she could do, our perception, I guess. I don't know.
All right, yeah, go ahead and have her roll a perception check.
Oh, nice. 18.
18. You watch as Cinna kind of pushes forward and darts around you. As she runs, her hind legs kind of kick pieces of rubble out of the way, helping clear the way for you guys. As literally behind you, you watch as step after step is just falling into the darkness below you. You continue to run up the path until finally it reaches a point where the steps seem stable enough, and they continue on, but your way back is now completely destroyed.
Nice.
What was that perception check again?
18.
I'm sorry? Yeah, 18.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. All right, so the lift.
If anyone has rope, I would get it ready, just in case.
Those of you on the lift, it finally has come to a stop at this point. You stop, but you stop before everyone else has caught up to you at this point. It is now on a landing. You're near the top of the wall, but you still have a few hundred feet to ascend, and there are 4 stairways that each split off. Following them up seems like they can go any direction. Even worse, you see the wall above you beginning to glow red as you hear a sound like a tornado on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the first question is, do you wait for everyone, or are you just going without them?
So the elevator is maxed out. This is as high as it goes.
This is as high as it goes.
Okay.
Perhaps we should wait for Girgagax. He would know the way.
You notice there is a descending staircase on this platform.
All right. I'll go to that descending staircase to see about how far behind the others are.
Okay, looking down, roll a perception check for me, because it is fairly dark in here. There's light coming in from above, but it's still fairly dark.
Nat 20!
Oh, beautiful.
Give me that 24.
Looking down, you see they aren't far. You'd have to wait about a minute for them to catch up. The lift was not moving especially fast, but definitely faster than anyone can run upstairs.
Touch. Okay. All right. They're about a minute behind us.
I believe the quicker any of us get to the top, the better, right? Or do you want to wait for them?
Do you know which staircase to take?
How many are there?
4.
There are 4 of us.
We go for a 30 seconds. Everybody run up the staircase.
Is there a draft coming from any of them?
You could roll a survival check to check.
Does the air not
This is
smell so foul down one of them?
We had the wobbling.
16 survival check.
16 survival check. Looking around, you notice not a draft on one of them, but some of the 3 of them have a layer of dust on each of them, like they haven't been used at all in recent times. One staircase has been used recently.
Probably by the guards. Let's go up this one, and we shall leave a marker.
At this point, you guys have talked about it enough. You've waited an entire minute. The people, I mean, this conversation doesn't happen in suspended time. The rest of you arrive at this platform with the rest of them as you see them kind of finally having decided which way they want to go. Girgagax pushes past all of you, and he says, "Which staircase?"
This one.
And he just runs. He doesn't even care at this point. He's going. You guys are more... He considers you more protection at this point as he's running up the steps.
As he rushes past, I touch him and cast guidance.
Okay.
I rush after him.
And rush after him.
You all race up the stairs toward that glowing wall, and you can see the stones beginning to drip as it melts from the heat of whatever's on the other side. As you continue to sprint up the steps, nearly out of breath, moving out as fast as you can, a giant clawed red and black scaled hand smashes through the melted stone and grabs Girgagax. The gold dragonborn begins screaming as you can see the face of a flame dragon pushing through the melted stone like a membrane. Girgagax breathes a cone of fire at the nightmarish beast, and the dragon speaks. Zane, you understand him as he speaks Draconic. My fire burns hotter than yours, little half-breed, and your citizens have deemed you incompetent and sentenced you to death. What do you all do?
I cast Sanctuary.
I cast Sanctuary on Girgagax. You can cast Sanctuary on me.
He is currently grappled by him.
Man, I'm upset that I used my breath weapon last time. Because I was going to say, how is mine? And then fire at like his eye or something, but I used it already.
I'm going to use Wall of Water, and it's going to pass between the face of the dragon and between the face of the dragon and Girgagax.
I guess while all that happens, can I try and pull him out of his hand? I don't know if that...
Give me 1 sec. That may be enough.
It's too bad I can't use mirror image on him.
You make a wall up to 30 feet long, 10 feet high. It has to start on the ground. Is there something underneath them or no?
Yeah, no, he's on a platform right now, Girgagax is.
Then it's 30 feet long, 10 feet high, 1 foot thick. The wall vanishes when the spell ends. Any ranged weapon attack that enters the wall is disadvantaged. Fire damage is halved if the fire effect passes through the wall. Spells that deal cold damage that pass through the wall create the area of the wall to freeze. Each 5-foot square frozen section has AC 5 and 15 hit points.
All right. And what level is that spell?
That is a 3rd level.
All right, great. The wall of water splashes through between them as you notice the fire kind of begins to build up in this dragon's mouth. It blasts against the wall, and you see it kind of spill back against the dragon. The water splashing all over it, steam rising in this room, can be making it incredibly humid. And the dragon kind of lets go of Girgagax and kind of falls backwards out of the hole. It's gone for now, and Girgagax is kind of like falls to the ground. He stands up and brushes himself off. He goes, "Let's go," and runs.
Perhaps you should wait in the middle. And also, fire with fire, as they say. Okay, if there's really fire, just use water. Come on.
Roll a.
I cast Sanctuary on him.
Roll a
On
persuasion check.
Geargax.
Roll a what? Persuasion?
Yeah.
You got it, dude. Skill.
Sir, we cannot allow you to be in front, taking the brunt of all of this damage. Try to aid him.
Okay.
19.
19. He looks at you, goes, don't fuck it up, and kind of pushes back towards the rest of you in the middle of it all.
You're the fastest, right? You're first.
Yeah, I assumed that I would be first this whole time, but if Geargax was first, whatever, I don't fucking care. Sure, I'll go first. We all know how that turns out.
There's not much farther to go now, and you climb the last few landings to the top of the wall. You open the small door and enter a scene of complete horror. First, this wind hits you as you now a quarter mile up in the air at this point. Wind hits you, and you see bodies of guards lay dismembered and burned, scattered all along the wall. Blood stains the stone you walk on, and toward New Praxia you can see the city burns, though the spire still stands completely untouched. But on your right side, outside of the city, you see beautiful green grass, a blue sky, mountains in the distance, and very small dots of what look to be buildings far off. Whatever is out there, it is certainly not the end of the world. But first, the gate. As you all begin to walk forward, many crates and many crates and kind of little stone walls kind of lining the area as various amounts of cover in the event of some sort of siege. You notice the crates are kind of open and have arrows and ammo in them. As you guys continue to walk, you see a large wheel not too far from you in the center of the wall in this 100-foot space. Massive wheel, looks to be about a 2-man operation. And as you approach it, you hear as from your left side, this massive, ancient, gargantuan red dragon flies over the edge of it and lands in the center, kicking up dust. Bodies go flying. The wall shakes a little bit under its weight. As it looks around at all of you, what do you do?
Well, sorry. This is like reminding me, did you guys ever play the Lord of the Rings games for like GameCube?
Oh, yeah.
That where you're like up on the wall and you're like kicking down ladders and there's big
this
things.
is Toad's Helm scene.
It's so cool. Sorry, that's what this reminds me of.
That's great.
All right, I'll take a step forward. Who are you working for? Why are you trying to prevent this from happening?
Is he blocking us from getting to the wheel?
He is standing not on top of it, but just behind it.
Okay.
So
I was trying to decide if I should use this opportunity to approach the wheel
almost
while Matt's talking to him.
He's standing just behind it, almost as if kind of inviting you to come closer. As for speaking to him, roll a persuasion check for me, please, Grimald.
You're really good. I love it. Who do you
A man is a being as great as you. What concerns you with the ideas of mortals? Come on, I'm here, but come on. Like, you're
Who
crazy.
put you up to this, Mr. Dragon? Who?
Okay, persuasion. That's an 18.
An 18.
So it happens when you roll a 19.
Oh my god!
He seems almost amused as you step forward. He speaks in common. I'm Iba Farshan.
Eben.
Flame dragon. Older than your ancestors. Who are you to approach me not on your knees, begging me to not bathe you in my fire?
I have a quick question. As far as like New Praxia goes and like the people here, would I have ever seen a creature like this at all? Like, were dragons things or not at all?
You've never seen a dragon in your life.
Okay.
You've seen pictures and heard stories, but you've never seen a dragon in your life. This, in
Yeah,
fact, I'd say Demetrius, apart from your dreams, you haven't seen one. Varus, maybe. Zane, no. Grimald, no. Sinrig, maybe, probably not. And Aldous, no, not at all. Maybe a dragon turtle here and there, but never a dragon. So, no, especially you, Joe, you've never seen a dragon.
So I have nothing to do for this. Oh.
So Ben, the wall only goes up so high, and then there was like a barrier that went up the rest of the way, right?
Oh, like a further barrier? It's about a half-cover wall at this point, like a railing to keep people from falling over.
No, I mean over the city. When the cataclysm happened, a barrier came down to meet with the wall.
A clear and magical dome, yes. Yeah,
Okay.
like a magical barrier.
Okay.
Is it still there?
The barrier?
Yeah.
No one's tried anything yet. This
Is
thing
it,
got in.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how did it get in? That was what I was wondering.
So, at this point,
Oh yeah, that's right. I was talking to him.
He asked you, why are you not on your knees? Begging to not die.
I like look at the other people, hoping they know what to do. 'Cause I have no
Zane,
idea.
did you want to try something?
Yeah, I'd like to cast mirror image on myself.
Okay. 2 more Zanes appear from him.
3, I think.
Is it 3?
3,
Okay.
yeah.
Uh,
Let's keep this dragon talking. Maybe we can try and start removing the gate while he's distracted. I don't know.
Okay.
We have to do something.
Understood. And I'll turn back to the dragon. The last one I knelt to now no longer exists. Do you really want to put yourself on the wrong side of this conflict? Why do you even concern yourselves with us if you are so ancient?
I'm taking this as an intimidation for the skill challenge, so go ahead.
Yay. Intimidating a dragon.
I feel like he's better at that than persuading, maybe.
I am.
Yeah, because see, I'm great at insight, but like not at. Persuasion.
That's a 19.
That's what rolling a 19 gets you.
I actually do have proficiency in intimidation.
That makes sense.
The dragon
Very
looks at
persuasive.
you with like kind of an eyebrow arch, and he goes, "Then you should join him soon." As fire begins to build up in his mouth.
Mm.
I'll kneel real quick.
I'm gonna
kneel.
drop to my knees and I'm gonna beg
No,
for him not to kill me.
Oh, I see.
I'm just gonna
Can
play
I-
his fucking game. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna kneel and I'm like, wait. Listen, okay, I am just an emissary from another world as well, okay? We should not concern ourselves with this mortal plane, right? There's no reason for either of us to be here. But listen, you're not gaining anything by coming here and killing these people. What is it? Then they can come out of this city, right? What, do you just want a snack? You want to eat something? Look at all those people in there. They have masks on. Go eat them. All we are doing is opening this gate. It does not concern you. You are a great and powerful being. I know this, okay? I look at you. These scales, amazing. The sunlight is perfect for you. And I just need you to realize that there's no reason for you to be here. If Deb Troskel hired you, or this, what's the demon's name? Azazel, we've killed him, right?
Just
He's
like-
dead. Troskel's tried to hire us as well. But you know what? We are better than these people. We don't need them, okay? And you don't need them either. And whatever you owe to these people, why don't you tell us that? Because clearly they have something on you, or else you would not concern yourself with this. And we will get it from them. And we will work for you.
All right, roll persuasion check.
Okay, sure. I'm gonna do my best.
Ooh, crit!
27, baby.
Whoa.
As the fire builds up, liquid fire begins dripping from its mouth, and it stops and swallows it back down. What do you know of Azazel?
I'm just like still laying on the ground.
The Azazel. Well, he was a guy working concerning himself with Deb Troskel and the Mortals. And it got him killed.
Oh yeah, and I have his dagger, and I pull it out.
He steps back, and the wall begins to shake as it crunches underneath. You watch as the floor underneath this dragon at this point begins to give way as his claws were extended. He steps back and kind of breathes fire quickly to kind of get away from you, but not to attack you. And he... Azazel is dead.
Oh yes, I killed him.
I'm gonna slowly move forward too, and I'm gonna kind of like look at you guys to also do the same, to kind of gain some ground towards that wheel.
Yeah.
He looks around. I know.
You know what? You know what? Who are you talking to?
He actually didn't speak that in common. He spoke that in Quarry.
Well, I don't know how to say that. So,
Demetrius, you heard him. As he looks back to all of you and extends his wings and jumps off the edge, not toward the city, but toward the wilds. Extends his wings, catching the wind, and flies off into the countryside, leaving you all.
And I'm gonna grab Grimald by the face, and I'm gonna slap your cheek twice and say, "Let me do the talking, okay? I trained for it." I love the effort. I love it. You're so good. That was amazing. Good job. But don't threaten the giant dragon, okay?
I appreciate you, but I don't believe I can kneel to another at this point.
And listen, I do not blame you for that, okay? Listen, it was a tactic. I didn't want to kneel to him either. He's just, crazy big. Somebody hit that wheel. Come on.
I run to the wheel.
Go to the wheel. Yeah.
Weak guy, okay?
Girgagax at this point is like traumatized, like seriously, like PTSD at this point. He's kind of just on the ground, just like freaked out and has not recovered from this yet. But the rest of you run to the wheel. Each one of you who's grabbing each side of it.
Strong voice.
All right.
Not me.
Varus is raising his hand.
I'll help.
I'll grab it.
I can cast. So I release mirror image,
Okay.
and then I will cast enlarge on myself
Okay.
and move up.
Okay.
Do the wheel, or are you just gonna move?
To the wheel, yeah.
You're
Okay.
just like,
I thought you just
giant-
walked towards it.
giant dragonborn, just like, yes.
So I need
Who's the
I need
real dragon?
2 people on it. So the enlarged dragonborn's 1, and who's the other one?
Not me.
I'll go.
Demetrius. All right. I need you each to roll a strength check.
And I sit there going, okay, big money, big money.
No whammies. No whammies.
Strength check, you said?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't actually get I get a bonus on saves, but not on. Really? For being big boy?
It doesn't actually make his muscles bigger. It just makes him bigger. His muscles are the same, so he still has tiny little arms.
Never skip leg day.
Oh, that's fine. I got an 18.
An 18? 14?
Right.
Each sufficient. As you both begin to push the wheel, turning it, grabbing each lever, you all hear below you, even feel it, as you feel the rust that has been building up on this thing begin to break and shatter as you keep pulling. You hear this entire gear system begin to work. It begins to get easier to pull it at this point as it begins to kind of gain leverage and gain momentum. Those of you who look down, you can see the gate opening inwards to the city. As it begins to open, and halfway open, you all hear a snap from underneath you. As a chain breaks. A chain whips up from the ground and smashes through the stone. I need everyone to roll a dexterity save for me, please.
Ooh.
Oh, good.
I'm supposed to be good at those. Let's see.
Fuck.
didn't roll well, but my roll is not bad.
Oh, that like went on a 1 and then was like, whoop. It was the opposite of the bad news. The bad news.
I'm here.
I'm big now, guys.
You're a big boy.
In biggins.
Get advantage on deck saves?
I don't get a negative, but I
Don't get a negative.
He doesn't do anything. He's just big.
get a positive on strength saves. Oh,
All right.
Advantage on strength checks. Never mind. I'm done.
Sinrig,
Sinrig got a 23,
he's good. Cinna,
a 9.
she's gonna take 24 bludgeoning damage. Joe,
16.
you're good. Aldous,
21.
you're good.
Hey.
Grimald,
15.
you're good. Zane,
6.
you're gonna take 24 bludgeoning damage.
Cinna's unconscious, by the way.
Oh
Okay.
no. I'm unconscious as well, actually.
Varus, 9. You're gonna take 24 bludgeoning damage.
Oh wait, no. I'm not. I had temp health from Colin
There you go.
Varus.
So Varus,
that's
you,
right.
you take 24 bludgeoning damage.
I'm unconscious.
And Demetrius,
2.
24 bludgeoning damage.
Wow.
I'm still conscious, so.
As, as this chain whips up and kind of slices through the stonework of the wall, the ground below you begins to crumble as each brick begins to fall out, and you watch as it kind of spreads to the wall. As you all begin to step backwards, Cinna and Varus are unconscious. What are we doing?
I'm casting Cure Wounds on both of them.
Cinna has the periapt of wound closure, so she stabilizes automatically, actually. So I can just pick her up, and we can move if you don't want to waste a spell.
That's
That's up to you.
Are we calling this open enough, or?
Well, let me talk about the wounds first, and then I'll tell you what's happening next.
Varus, you get 12. Or they both get 12.
I also was asking because I didn't know if Father Demetrius stopping to heal them would slow the gate opening.
At this
Put us in more
point, the
danger.
wheel is sorry. At this point, so as he stops to take it down, the wheel has snapped. The chain on it has snapped. It's literally pulling nothing at this point. As you heal them, you grab him and heal him, kind of pulling him away, Demetrius. And the rest of you kind of look as you watch, as you can even hear as a large slam as these doors, these large gates hit the ground and begin to kind of fall as you look back on the city,
no.
fall toward the city. The wall has begun to crumble at this point in the center here. You all run?
Yeah.
Yikes! I have nothing that can slow this damage down.
Yeah, I can't mitigate falling at all, but I'm just gonna run as fast as I can.
All right.
Cast Mending.
Everyone
It's
roll.
a cantrip. I can do it constantly.
Everyone roll dexterity checks for me.
Not
Wait,
again.
If you jump at the last second, you'll be fine.
Checks or saves?
Checks.
Ooh.
Oh, wait, just switch.
Hot dice, baby, hot dice.
Fuck me.
All this is still bleeding.
I used all my high rolls already.
By the way, just so you guys know, there's just like red blood up all those stairs, all over the elevator. Everywhere he's running is just bloody and slippery.
Okay.
Same, actually.
Is your blood blue?
No. What is this, fifth element? Get the fuck out of here.
I don't know.
All right, Sinrig.
13.
13?
Cinna got a 15.
Did he heal her or?
Yeah,
did.
you
Okay.
said yeah.
Okay. So okay. Joe.
13.
Okay.
Aldous?
Yeah.
18.
What?
18.
18. Okay. Grimold.
9.
Okay. Zane.
17.
Okay. Vars.
This could be a 10, big dog.
Okay. And Demetrius.
4.
4.
I doubled my roll.
Moving up, bud.
Yeah, right?
Thankfully, most of you made the save at this point, and it made the check as you all begin to run. As you run, you watch as bricks fall behind you. The walls around you are just kind of falling apart as it just seemed like a domino effect of this this massive structure that had no business being as large as it was, not even properly built at this point. The smallest flaw has begun to topple the entire domino at this point. And you make your way back to the door, back inside, running down the steps and running down the wooden staircase. You arrive back at the landing platform with the 2 lifts and the stairwell. Which way are you guys going?
Is Geargax snapped out of it? And with us?
Yes, sorry. He as you guys were running, you kind of smack him awake, and he's just like, what? And realizes what's going on. He gets up, he runs with you all.
Okay.
The way down from the staircase is destroyed. We cannot take it.
And then the lifts.
You make your way to the lifts. As you get in and pull the lever, the lift begins to just kind of slowly go down as you're watching the rest of this wall around you begin, peaks of light begin poking in from the sides of it as bricks are just falling out from this massive structural blow it's taken. It's not like the entire thing is collapsing, but just the area around this gate is just going as brick after brick is falling, smashing into wood, smashing into the stairs. Actually, you watch as the stairs just kind of get smashed to rubble. Going down until you hear a snap come from above, and you realize that the winch that's holding this lift up has been broken.
Hey.
And you all begin to accelerate even faster.
How far away from the ground?
You're about halfway down, so about 400, 300 feet up.
What does the staircase look like next to us? Can I?
It's destroyed.
I can't Misty Step to it.
Nope. You can roll a perception check.
Sure.
Are there gears?
Gears here? No.
9.
9. You do not see a good spot to Misty Step to. No.
How close are the walls from the chain, the sides of the lift?
It's a very narrow shaft, and there's wood beams all over the place, and just kind of.
I like to try to stab my rapier through the chain loops into one of the wood beams.
Badass.
Roll a strength check. Athletics. You can make it athletics.
I think they're both 0, so.
Okay.
Oh, can I cast guidance on him real quick?
Sure. You see what's happening, and you reach over, grabbing his shoulder.
Direction.
What does that give me?
I believe it's a D4.
Yes.
D4.
Ooh.
That is 16.
16. It's enough to stop. So as you kind of slam the chain in, just one chain at this point, the platform you're all on just goes from horizontal to vertical as you all kind of reach for it. I need everyone to make a dexterity save as you try to grab onto something to hold on to.
Oh, that's nice, baby. I need to go to the boat.
Oh, thank God.
Do they roll D20s and craps?
No, that's roulette. But it's on a wheel.
So you have to guess the number and what number it lands in?
Cedric, what'd you get?
12 and 14.
12 and 14. You're good. Joe?
Okay, I was gonna say I rolled a 25, so if anybody is falling, can I say that I can reach my
I was going to say, is Geargax okay? And if not, I would try to use my whip to grab him.
Geargax's success is based on the group's success as a whole. Aldous?
When you in?
Hey.
All right. Grimold?
I didn't think about it because I was picturing myself holding on to
Oh,
the damn
all right.
rapier.
No, you're good. You're good. We'll count you as an automatic success. Zane, excuse me. 14. Okay. Give me Vars.
That's gonna be a 20, big dog.
All right, and Demetrius.
19.
All right.
Good roll, guys. Damn.
Those of you, those who have kind of struggle trying to get up, are managed to grab by the ones who are successful. Each of you kind of grabbing one person, pulling them up onto a beam. You're hanging on, and some of you are hanging on by the platform. Some of you are hanging on by chains. Some of you are hanging on by a sword. But you all managed to hang on at this point. What's the next step?
I'm
Rope.
gonna tie rope. I'm gonna start tying a knot of rope on. I don't know if I'm on a wooden beam.
Sure. Yeah, you tie it around a wooden beam.
And then like, I have. Let me see how much I have.
50. Everybody has 50.
Yeah. So I'm going to say, I will start tying this. Let's connect them together and start to climb down as quickly as possible.
Don't the chains go all the way down to the ground? Can we just climb one of those?
Oh, I don't know. I think they're connected to the lift.
Roll a perception check for me.
That's smart.
I click my little heels and I can fly down now.
Okay.
I was wondering when you were gonna do that.
Well, I was gonna say I have a thing.
Oh, 4.
4. You cannot find the other side of the wench system to grab onto. It's just there's too much chaos, too crazy going on.
I will go last. Everybody else go before me.
If you're looking for a wench, you got to go to a brothel for that.
Do we have enough rope to make it down?
Boo.
Winch, not wench.
Yeah, how high up are we again? You said.
150.
Oh, you
Does
right.
everybody have fucking rope?
I don't
Yes.
have rope.
I do.
No, I don't because I gave it starting in earlier.
Oh, that's right.
I do.
200. Varys?
You have 200 feet.
Yeah.
200 feet will do it for you.
Okay.
You had gone down a bit further at this point. All right. So with that being said, you all tie each rope together. Quickly, I am going to need one more dexterity check from everyone except Varus, who just pieced out.
I'll like we did before with the rope at some point when we were climbing. I'll have Cinna around my neck, kind of.
All right.
Now,
I don't know how you want me to roll for that, or.
You could just. She does not need to roll.
Okay.
She's a success.
real quick, I now have my sword holding up this platform.
You can yank it out, I'm assuming. Cause
Wouldn't that drop the platform, though?
She tied the rope to a beam, not the platform.
Yeah, I tied it to a beam on purpose. Yeah.
That's true. Okay, so I'll stop Varys before he starts flying down, and
Let go of it first.
yeah, I'll make sure it drops down below us.
It's all good. You wait for it to be clear, and you pull it out, and the platform just
Okay.
just kind of
I
falls
didn't want to
down.
lose my new sword, but I also didn't want to just assume I had it without talking to you.
You're good. All right, Sinrig.
Sorry, was it a check or a save?
It's a check.
Okay, 4.
Okay, Joe.
On my crit, I got a 23.
Beautiful.
Six.
Oldest 6. Okay. Grimold.
11.
Okay. Zane. 16. Okay. Demetrius.
9.
No, guys.
Oof.
We used all of our good rolls up.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
I'm like the one person that has a thing for fall damage. So I'm like, everybody go! God damn it!
No one has feather fall, do they?
As you all slide down the rope one after another, you make your way down quickly, but not quickly enough. Being just careful, not as dexterous as you all could be, you notice a large wood beam that was kind of keeping the ceiling of this interior wall up begins to fall, and it smashes into the elevator shaft and begins falling toward all of you. As you begin to slide further down, anyone who rolled under a 12...
Whoever survives, I have health potions in my backpack!
Everyone under a 12, you're going to take
Oh no, all this is gonna be done.
Yep.
31 fall damage.
Oof.
Unconscious.
Unconscious.
Double your max HP, right?
Double your max HP.
Okay.
Alright. So me and Cinna are both unconscious.
How much
Cinna
damage? I'm sorry,
stabilizes.
31?
I would have been able to negate all of that damage.
31 damage, yeah.
If it was me.
So, Sinrig, you're unconscious. Joe, you're good? Oh, you made your save. Aldous, you're unconscious. Demetrius, you're unconscious. What about Zane and Grimold? You guys are good?
I'm rough, but I'm okay.
All right, so as you all had slid down, this beam kind of shattered. It's shattered, smashing down on all of you, and then just kind of comes to a halt just above you as it kind of lands against the wall. It's that silent moment now at the end of the collapsing wall scenario.
I'm gonna yell for Varys. Varys, we need your assistance, please. As I'm gonna try to help him stabilize our party members that fell.
I fly faster.
I mean, you're down on the ground with them all at this point. You weren't far
Okay.
away.
Okay, all right.
You all push through the rubble, finding an unconscious Sinrig, Cinna, Aldous, and Demetrius, all four hurting, bloody,
I'm gonna
covered
make
in
this-
dust at this point.
I'm gonna make this real easy. I'm going to cast. Well, that's not gonna work. I'm just gonna cast Aid on 3 of them.
Okay.
Everybody gets 5 HP.
Which 3?
Who's unconscious again?
Sinrig, Aldous, Demetrius, and Cinna, but Cinna, you could tell, is stable at this point.
Okay. Well, then I cast it on the 3 that aren't stable.
Okay.
Which 3?
Sinrig, Aldous, and Demetrius, you gain 5 hit points as you awaken. Covered in dust, your mouth just kind of dry from inhaling all of this. The rest of all of you are covered in dust at this point.
Michael's just sitting over here rolling death saves and like failing them. I'm like, what are you doing? You don't have to roll anything yet.
It was
We're
18
stabilizing
seconds,
you.
okay? I'm not trying not to cheat. And I crit failed one of them, so I'm
He
dead.
could failed 2 of them.
All right, Aldous is dead. Bye.
I cast Revivify. You
Alright.
You want to be like that? I will drag you kicking and screaming back from the afterlife.
I'm gonna run over to Sinrig and kind of start helping him up.
Okay.
Let's. No. Just get the fuck out of here. All of us. Out the fuck out of here.
You look back. You look back at the way you came, and everything is just collapsed on top of it. There it is.
There's no way out of here.
Not that way.
Is there like?
Somebody look around
Is
because
there-
I'm shit at that.
What did you say, Joe?
Well, I was going to try to say something until Aldous just screamed in my ear.
I am dying.
Give me a break.
Is there like an opening? Like, do I see light coming in anywhere that we can like swiftly exit from?
Roll a
I
perception
will
check.
help you look. Grimald will help you look. Aid.
Oh, not great. 9.
9.
Yeah, I'm not bad at perception either.
And you agree with the advantage.
You had it. You had advantage.
Oh, yes. I rolled a 6 before.
All right. Looking around, it's tough to see. Your eyes itch as they've got all sorts of like wood splinters and dust in your shit. Not gonna be able to see. Anyone else want to try?
Yes.
Sorry, what happened with?
I'm
Okay.
going to use the drift globe to cast light to help everybody look around.
Oh.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, sure. Everyone has advantage.
We're looking for a way out, right?
That's 22.
Right,
I don't
22.
know about you.
Grimald, you notice on the other side of the area, on the other side of the wall, there's a large amount of light coming through.
Okay, I will point us in that direction. There seems to be a decent amount of light coming from over there.
Let us go.
Yeah.
Sure, I'll go over there.
I cast Gust on that spot.
Maybe you should not go towards the front door. Maybe you should let
blowing debris out of the way. You all make your way, kind of climbing through the rest of it, whatever's left, very carefully. And you duck your heads under a piece of rubble, a piece of a wooden beam, and step out onto green grass. As you look out, and you realize that you are on the other side of this wall that you've always been on. The stories you used to be told were that if you went out there, your skin would immediately set on fire and some of you who have been told this for most of your lives very quickly worry that that's about to happen. But you realize you're not. It's cold out here, of course. Winter has just come and the grass has begun to yellow. But it is peaceful, quiet. And off in the distance, you can even hear the sound of birds chirping. What do we do?
Well, first thing, Grimald turns to the group with tears in his eyes. Thank you all. I could never have imagined I would be here right now if it were not for you. Now let's see if we can go back in there and do some good. And I'll start walking towards the gate.
Yes, while this sight is more beautiful than anything that I have ever seen or witnessed in my life, I still have business to attend to that cannot go unfinished. And I'm going to walk alongside Grimald and head back in.
Okay.
You know, it's like there's a chance here that nobody's gonna find us. We can just leave, no debt, no nobody. This fucker, we just kill him here and leave him, you know?
What?
Nothing, man. I'm gonna go.
As Gergigax is walking with all of you, he's like,
Splinters everywhere.
I will say it's good to finally be proven right. Feels
And
good
about
to
the
be right.
people hunting us down, I feel like life would be a lot better if we could get that off of our backs.
Yeah, we'll blame someone else at this point. Y'all have done me a service and kept me alive when I should probably be dead. So, you deserve what you get.
Before walking with everyone, Sinrig's going to take a second. He's going to lay Cinna down, and he's going to plant his mistletoe and grow the good berries, and he's going to just kind of give a couple to Cinna so she wakes up. And he just takes a second. He just sits there outside. Everyone, he'll join everyone else, but he's just sitting for a second.
Yeah, I was actually gonna address that too. Because I feel like still the two of us were like kind of supporting each other walking out of there, as like we were both really hurt still,
beat up,
and like carrying Cinna out. And as we sit there, Zane's just looking around with watery eyes. It's like, Sinrig, this is everything and more than you said that it was. I can't believe this has been read here my entire life.
It's amazing the things we don't notice when they're always there. This is what I wanted to protect. This is what we all should protect. If we can.
I agree, it's important to protect this from the dangers that may be, but we also cannot deprive everyone of this luster. It's beautiful.
It is. Some see this beauty, though, as treasure to hoard and to take. I'm not saying all will be like that, but what they take, they deprive others of, you see? We should help them find a way to live in harmony here. If they can. And I'll give you 5 of the good berries, by the way, which is 5 health.
Good. Cool.
And you don't have to eat for a day. You're full.
Good
Nice.
Yeah.
Good berries.
I have something that I want to talk to Geargigax about whenever people are ready. And it's not just Girgigax, it's anybody that's walking into the city with a group of us.
Okay.
While we are talking about saving your life and going back into the city, I was wondering if you know of anybody that knows of very powerful magical items of maybe an evil nature.
You're very pushy. Has anyone ever told you you're very pushy?
That's fine with me. I just need to get what I need to get and get it done. Do you know it? It would be greatly helpful. And you know what? The sooner I know, the sooner I can get off of your back.
Well, when it comes to evil artifacts, there are 3 people that come to mind. There's Deb Troskell, there's Carney Troskell, and there is Deliria.
Deliria?
Yeah.
Do I know this? Sorry, I haven't read this stuff in a long time.
Nice to know you're always brushing up. No, I'm kidding. 1 second, pulling her up.
Ah, see, you don't even know.
No, I don't. Deliria Cortesana. She is an elf in District 5 who owns a shop called Deliria's Oddities.
District 5, so I would definitely know that.
Yes.
Dope. Okay.
This music, you were like Delirious Oddities, and it went blue doo 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 doo.
In fact, it's a name that Grimold, Zane, and Aldous recognize as well.
I was about to ask.
Yes.
I was like, wait, she sounds familiar. And when you said 5, I'm like, was that from the pre-episode?
Yes, you guys have met her before.
You guys
As we're walking, I'm casting Prayer of Healing.
Okay.
I'm just sort of muttering to myself, and I select the 6 people who look the bloodiest. Myself and 5 others.
I'm not super bloody.
Alright, so Sinrig, Aldous...
I'm at like a 3rd health.
Can you get Cinna in that or no?
Cinna, and then Zane. Who else is bloodied? Okay.
Virus.
Is everyone bloodied except for Joe?
Yes, but if anybody else needs it, Grimold's not going to take it right now.
All right, then Sinrig, Cinna, Aldous, Zane, Varus, and Grimold.
All right.
What do we get?
In 10 minutes, you will get some healing.
I need healing.
Yeah, right.
Aldous
9.
9.
You will get 9 health in 10 minutes.
And 10.
Aldous, if you throw water to like wash his face, get all this fucking dust off of him, and then just like a gust of air blows at his face and just dries his hair that flows out on him.
Love it.
Yeah, he's got long white hair.
It actually takes about 10 minutes as you guys kind of walk around the rubble. The wall had collapsed a lot on this side as well. You kind of walk around the rubbled area of it all and finally arrive back at the gate, which should now probably be called Arch, entrance to the city. The gate or not even an arch really. It's been completely destroyed. This entrance to the city now, this break in the wall. You look as the dust has finally settled. These 2 massive gate doors had fallen off their hinges and landed, looking like they completely wiped out the square. Looking around as you walk in, you notice didn't seem to be many people around here. The buildings in this area have been burnt down at this point. People had run for their lives, so it was empty when the gates fell. You are now standing in the square, and Girgigax looks at all of you. Zook and Dozer, who I meant to do earlier, but I forgot to, so they tagged along for all of that. Zook looks at you and he goes, well, this has been great. This has been really fun. But a dragon just went around and burned this entire city. So if you don't mind, I have to go check on my son. Is that okay?
Of course it is, yes.
Great.
Send him my regards.
Okay. Tell everyone you know about Zonk Garrick and that he's going to be starting his own show eventually sometime. Dozer, let's go. And he rides his dog off, and Dozer's like, I'm sorry, guys. But he probably needs my protection more than all of you. He's kind of an idiot. And he's like, we'll catch up. We'll figure out where you are. And they walk off to rejoin at a later time.
Aw.
Girgagax looks at all of you and he goes, they have the right idea. I am very much done with all of this. Gates open. Great job. Escort me back to Avernus, please.
Of course.
Sure.
It's on the way for where I'm going, so whatever.
I'll get you your gold once we're there.
I still use the cap of disguise.
Okay. As you all escort Girgagax back, not too far from where you are. He did set up camp fairly close to where they planned on doing the speech. Some guards see you all walking in, and like they run up to him. They're like, Hi, Commander, are you okay? He goes, I'm fine. New information has come to light, and I need everyone to put this out. Tell all the heralds. They go, yes, sir. He goes, the Church of Abraham had actually been the ones to kill Abraham. They are now enemies of the state, and there is a bounty on each head of an inquisitor. We'll do 1,000 gold dead, 5,000 alive for anyone who brings them in. And they all kind of like start to look at Grimald and he goes, I said inquisitor! Not sorry excuse for an adventurer.
Hey!
Now let's go! And they kind of like run off and they're like, yes, sir. And they run off to tell everyone. And he sees a servant at this point. He goes, hey, you know where my gold is? He goes, no, sir. He goes, you know where my gold is. Don't lie. Go get, he counts to each of you. And he goes, I'll send your friends their gold. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Give me 14,000 gold from the safe, please. Make it in platinum to make everyone's lives easier. Yes, sir.
You did not don't we get the 1,500 and plus the 2,000? It's 3,500 each, right?
3,500 each.
No, I upped it to 2,000.
See, I would not have saved your ass. No, I'm kidding.
Roll a persuasion check.
Oh!
I will. I fucking will.
Because technically you were the one that, I guess we
And I'm going to back it up and say I really think you owe us more than that, but 3,500 each would be sufficient.
With advantage.
Yeah.
That's a 26, son.
Oh, God.
Show it.
Get me whatever the total is of 3,500 for each of these idiots. Please. I will need a couple more servants, sir. Then get them. Go. The servant runs off. Okay. Then we're done. I have nothing more for you until the next thing.
1,500, baby.
Until the next time you bleed us dry.
Now, with that being said, eventually I'd like to start up some kind of program involved with people scouting out, remapping. I have no doubt that the country has changed in the past 15 years without the capital's influence. So if that's something you're interested in, going out there and checking things out, come talk to me and we could talk about some sort of payment.
Side quests! Yes!
Like we don't have enough of those.
No, we have character quests. These are just side quests. I love it.
She really just wants to go dungeon delving, you can tell.
I joined at level 13 in the last campaign, and I just had to be a hero the whole time.
All right. So with that being said, see ya. And he kind of limps off to his tent. You guys kind of hang out for just another moment before some servants come back with Robolos, and they kind of drop a big sack to your feet, and they go, "It's all there. You can count it if you want."
I do.
And Robles is like, "It's there. I watched them count it all."
Bullshit.
That gets a chuckle out of.
Watch them.
I love it. Roland's so dope. Leave him alone. I wish I had tea cakes to give him.
Hey, great job on bringing him back alive. Didn't think that was gonna happen. He talked to you, right, about the whole thing?
Scouting the place, yeah.
Yeah, that. And, other things.
Well, the Church of Abraham is now responsible for murdering their gods, so we're off the hook for that, which is nice.
Yeah, and you got some heads for us. We'll happily take them.
And what else?
Wink, wink. Oh, well. We may, possibly, want some other political... No names. No one important. And we're not really about the Black Rose right now. After they kind of fudged up the one with you. They really fucked up trying to kill you. Anyway, if you guys want, we could get some serious coin for getting some serious political enemies kicked off the board, if you know what I mean.
Oh, so like we would be your assassins.
Don't fucking say assassins. He turns to the servant next to you guys. She didn't mean assassins. She meant ass boys.
And
Like,
if you tell anybody we said assassins, we'll kill you.
Because we're apparently assassins.
you don't even need to roll an intimidation check. The servant's just like, I want to be done with this conversation, and throws the coin down and runs off.
I want to be not here.
The good thing is they don't look like me, so it's fine. I don't even know it's me.
It's not required. I'm not telling you have to do it. I'm just saying that if you want to do it, we can use some senators or friends of senators gone bye-bye. That's all.
That is...
Keep it
so
in mind.
bounty hunting is what you want.
Bounty
You are-
hunting's for the Inquisitor stuff. And then the other thing is for the other guys. You got it.
I'm quite displeased that you think we're that morally flexible.
You have proven to be nothing but morally flexible. But that's fine.
I'm definitely more of the...
We are good. I'm good. I'm gonna go get a drink. I will see you all later. And he walks off.
I literally wish I had tea cakes just to like get him. That's NPC so far. Him and Lysander, so good.
If I take that.
On that note, I know I haven't spoken to my father since we parted ways after our last incident. However, I would like to make sure that his the family manor is in good condition. So I will take my leave for a short while.
That is fine, man.
Well, I do not know if all of you were there listening, but eventually going to District 5, I could ask about this dagger. Seems everybody is afraid of this thing. which has been really awesome for fighting people off, but I am concerned about the soul-sucking nature of this thing, and I feel that if this was the weapon that murdered my father, I may be able to learn more of my father's death from this.
I do believe I could be of help. I know the establishment that was mentioned.
I as well, being raised in, well, no, sort of raised, but
That's true.
living in 5, I am aware of it. But if you have been there, I have never been there, but if you've been there, that would be wonderful. There is still the matter, though, of the fact that Nardo Granada still lives, so that I have to take care of first.
Perhaps learning of the dagger could give us some advantage over Nardo.
This is why you were an Inquisitor. I see now. I see. You're right. I am not the most intelligent, but I am wise. So I see the merit here. Yes, this might be good. However, before we skirt out of town, I would like to visit a friend.
Yes, I have errands to run as well. Perhaps we take care of what we need to and then meet back up with Zane and his father before continuing on.
Well, I was going to say meet at the knock on. I will not take
Or
sugar.
then wherever, yeah.
Meet at the knock on wood.
Yes, I need a drink. That's where I'm going.
So,
I have nobody to talk to because I don't know anybody in this goddamn place.
hey, but maybe talking about the dagger to this lady, that might be good. She might.
I'll see if anybody at the knock on wood knows about it, okay? I'm gonna look in the bottom of the glass and see if there's anything I can glean from that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm tired and I'm bloody.
I have some ale.
Yes, well, I believe that I speak for Varys when I say that we have lots to look after in 11. There has been a dragon attack after all, and many will need aid. So if you need to find us, assuming that your clinic is still standing,
God, I hope so.
we will be there. If not, we will be rebuilding.
Speaking
I
of,
must
go
go find my father as well.
Speaking of which, Varys, I would actually, if you are interested, I would love for you to accompany me to visit my friend. He is the one that runs the orphanage, or that was supposed to open today, and I really want to see if he or the others that were there are okay. If I'm not able to help them, though, I don't really have any healing potions, so I am asking if you would please accompany me as a personal favor.
I suppose I can. Real quick, I need to run back to my clinic, though.
Yes.
And grab some supplies.
Yes, this is a very good idea. I'll come with you.
Very well. Well,
Great. As we all
flies overhead. Jesus Christ.
as we enter this period of downtime for all of you to kind of split up and gather some information on your next task and heal up and lick your wounds, we're going to go ahead and take our break here. So we will be back in 15 to 20 minutes. Don't go anywhere. We are really excited. I'm really excited to kind of enter this next phase of our story now that big event, I guess, is over. And things came out. You guys got like on a scale of 1 to 10 as far as like worst outcome possible, best outcome possible, you guys managed to get like 10, best outcome possible. So like there was a lot of shit that could have gone wrong and a lot of people who could have died, and you guys managed to really like I won't even talk about it, but because I think that eludes the illusion, but you guys managed to do a very good job. So we will be back very soon. Don't go anywhere. We will see you soon. Welcome back. Oh,
Ah!
we lost a Mike.
These aren't
And a
scary
Mark.
figures.
Mark is a ghost.
No, we knew
There he
where
is.
Mark was. He was playing with the cat.
Michael's right here. He's getting a snack.
Oh, nice. Snacks are good. All right. Well, let's dive into it. I got some spicy Indian food, so I've got some spicy character playing coming up.
Oh.
Oh, my mouth is all spicy. So, we are starting off with some downtime after the crash of the fall of the wall.
Aha.
I know a lot of you are splitting off. A lot of you are doing things with some different people. Why don't we go ahead and roll for initiative and just decide where we're starting based on that? And then, like, when it comes to you and you're like, I need so-and-so for this, just let me know, all right? I think that's the best way to go about it.
April's gonna go last.
Sinrig, what'd you get?
Sorry. I got an 18.
Okay. Grimold?
22.
I don't know about you.
Okay. Zane?
18.
Okay. Varus?
That's gonna be a 5, big dog.
Okay. Demetrius?
3.
Okay. It's alright. No combat.
Rolling like those deck saves.
This is casual. Aldous?
20.
Okay. And Joe?
1.
1. Alright. So, we're gonna start off with Grimold. Grimold, what are you up to for the rest of the day?
Sorry, eating the chewiest bread in the world. Okay. Grimald's going to go with Joe to get the dagger checked out.
Okay.
Or if that's where she wants to go, that is.
All right,
Sure.
we'll wait for Joe then. Is she okay?
Wah, 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 wah.
Yeah, she's on a.
All right. We'll come back then. Aldous, what are you up to?
I'm just going to the bar.
Okay.
I have
All right.
nothing else to do.
All right.
We can roleplay if you want. If you need time
Yeah,
killers.
No, I wanna. Let's check it out. Let's see what's up. So, and it's just you, right? It's just you going? I think this is the first time you've been solely alone.
Yeah, I look like a half elf human though, or a half elf person.
Okay. You head over to the Knock on Wood. Walking through District 11, you actually notice that most of the buildings inside the district remained untouched. They were unburnt. Same
We're in
goes for
11,
all of you. You are in 11, yes. Most of the buildings remained untouched. In fact, thinking back to it, you remember seeing the dragon head off to he headed off to 10, and then did a sweep over to 5, and then you didn't even see where it was at that point. But it definitely left 11 untouched, whether intentionally or not, unclear. You arrive at the Knock on Wood to see it packed, just tons of people spilling out onto the street. As you push your way in, you see everyone's just kind of happy to be alive at this point. You've got fair amounts of tavern maids kind of running around, giving out drinks. A few women from the brothel are here now, selling their services. Everyone's happy to just be okay after all of that. None happier, in fact, than Tack Wildson, the dwarf with the dreadlocked beard behind the bar, who has survived his very first crisis without his bar burning down. This is the first time in Tack Wildson, yes.
I just got it.
It's from Tack, the PlayStation 4 game, right?
Yes, the PlayStation 8 game. He's very, very ecstatic at this point, you can tell. Remembering hearing the stories in the past of how every time something bad happened in the city, the Knock on Wood was attacked or burned for some stupid reason. This time around, he is untouched, and he is just happy, especially
Nice.
because business is booming. Also in here, you happen to notice Robolus, who is now at the bar, the packed bar, and he's sitting there laughing and talking with some people. Everyone else, you don't really totally recognize in here, but it's just, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna go up to Tack. I'm just gonna use Mike's voice for this.
Okay.
Hey, I'm gonna just looking for a beer.
All right, we got you. It's 2 copper. And he goes back and quickly pours it. And as he pours it, sets it down.
I'm gonna insight Tack. I just want to get a feel of like how he is. So I want to like talk to him while doing this.
Okay.
Like, just kind of get a feel of like, is he a good person? Is he a bad person? Like, what's his?
Sure, roll an insight check.
Okay.
2 copper. Can you break a platinum?
Coming, don't worry.
Sorry, we don't accept platinum here.
11.
An 11. He's not a particularly tough man to read. He is jovial, classic, kind of stereotypical dwarf, I guess you would say, but he's not like stereotyped. In fact, he's a bit different than most dwarves, I guess you would say, because his beard is not just like neatly brushed like most, but it's neatly dreadlocked instead. It's a sight you haven't seen in very many dwarves.
How long does it take you to do that?
My beard?
Yeah.
Now that it's done, it really doesn't take that much time. But it took me about a year to get it all right.
So everybody in here, all these people, they're all like, they're regulars? Like, this is crazy. It's crazy in here. I don't know what's going on.
No, no. And I can take a year not either, because you don't look like you're from 11. But let me tell you, there was, the gate ceremony was today, and everything went to hell. And right after everything went to hell, and it finally calmed down a bit, everyone just came here. So we're calling it the Happy to Be Alive sale, and all beer is 2 copper.
I would like to contribute to that sale and celebration, and I'm gonna drop a platinum and be like, 1 for everybody.
All right.
1 for you two. I want you see you do a shot with me, okay? Listen, I'm excited to be alive as well.
He jumps up on the bar and he goes, "Oi, drunkards! 1 around the house for this from this guy right here." And everyone's just, "Hey, woo, yeah!" You see Robolus look down the bar at you, and he just kind of like lifts his drink, because you were in the disguise when you met him, right?
And he can also probably smell me. 'Cause I don't smell.
Oh yes, he does not.
I just look different, so it doesn't matter to him.
I forget my own NPCs. So
it's just like a hinge of salt water, really.
as they celebrate and all the tavern maids come by, and some of them give you nasty looks because like now they got to get a beer to everyone in this place. It's just a pain in the ass. But they do their jobs. And Tack comes back. He leaves really quick. Comes back with a bottle, and he goes, "Now, since you want a shot with me, since you put 3 platinum on the bar just now."
I just did 1. I thought that would be enough. Do I need more?
Yeah, you probably need a little bit more.
All right, 3 is fine then.
Okay. And since you are so kind and generous, I figure I'd be kind and generous too.
All right. I love it. Let's go.
It's here, and he holds up the bottle. It's unmarked. It's clear, and it's got like a almost viscous, but not entirely, like dark black liquid. And he goes, "This here is 80-year-old premium dwarven hooch." And he takes out 2 little wooden mugs and sets it down and pours them in.
Only 14 hit points. Please don't kill me.
He's like, "Now, I'm not saying that blind fella down there's drank from this, but I suspect he may have at one point, if you get what I'm saying." And
I like crack my neck 2 different ways. I'm just fucking ready. I'm gonna grab or he gives me a glass ice.
Yes, he does. He holds his glass up. He goes, "To being alive!"
To being alive. And I
Clinks
cheers
it.
him and shoot that shit.
Shoots it. Go ahead and roll a Constitution save.
I will. Ready.
Is this the birth of Griffin?
Oh, God. hot dice today. I'm a fucking 19, bro. I'm not even that good at con.
It burns in a way that you've never experienced in any alcohol in your life. It is not smooth by any means whatsoever. But the moment this very small ounce of alcohol went down your throat, the room began to spin. And you suddenly understood why it's premium. And you managed to keep it down despite your body wanting to spit it back up for its own self-preservation instincts. And immediately understand what makes dwarves great.
I'm so ready. I love it.
It's like riding a tiger through a dragon's stomach.
Oh shit, that's great.
I'm gonna walk over to I'm gonna be like, thank you, Tack. You know what? I'm glad this place didn't burn down.
Wait, that's not your voice.
I'm in disguise.
Oh.
He's been going back and forth. It's fine. He's drunk.
And I'm gonna go.
You're gonna go where?
I'm gonna go talk to Robles. I'm
All right.
call him Bledsoe. What is that?
I don't know.
Yeah, go talk to Roblox.
No.
Yeah, Roblox.
Oh.
You head over to Robles, and he sees you, and he goes, "Oh, you had the right idea, I see."
Well, you know, I'm fucking exhausted, so that actually is going to put me on the floor. I'm going to sleep so well after these.
No.
But I want to ask you just a few questions about this whole history of this city, right? I don't know if you know this, but I don't live here, right? I've never lived here.
Sure. Get that.
You know, I don't know if you know this, but I'm blue. I don't know if you know what blue is, but you know.
I wasn't always blind. I know what blue is. I don't. Granted, I don't totally remember what blue is, but if I saw it, I'd be like, "Oh, that's blue."
Oh yeah. Did you drink that hooch? Is that what made you blind?
No.
Oh.
Well, it's an incident with an acid spray. That's about all I'll say.
Oh my goodness. You don't. I mean, I'm not going to pry, but you just seem like a good fighter. I'm concerned that is it someone we know did that to you?
Roll a persuasion check.
I will. I want to know about this boy. I like this boy.
Yeah, this is the best NPC. I love him so much. He reminds me of the guy from Ragnarok. It's like, piss off, ghost.
26, dude. Quit asking me to roll for persuasion.
Holy shit.
Well, it was back in my early days of training, about I don't know, 50 years ago or so. It was whenever the first civil war was, and things were going particularly shitty in this city. I was not part of any kind of assassin's guild yet. I was simply a god, and I was coming up against one of them pagan clerics. So I don't even remember which god they were worshipping. I told him to disperse, and he smashed a vial of acid in my face. Healing wounds, healing spells cured my beautiful face, but the eyes never came back.
That is unfortunate, my friend. But
Huh.
you do more with no sight than most men I know do with sight.
I don't really hold it against him either. Like I was a shithead. Like anyone who works for the city guard at this point, like literally any person who serves in some sort of enforcement is a piece of shit. 100%. I'm so glad I left that. Like once I realized that I was the problem, I quit that shit so hard. Now, granted, I work for a clandestine organization who has taken over, but I'm trying to make change from the inside. Like that's where I'm at.
Everybody makes mistakes, and he can't fucking see. I'm gonna like grab his arm with my water hand, so he feels it's like water.
Oh,
it's like a real hand.
That is a limb, right?
But it was. Now he's just the remnants of such. Took me a lot of training to realize how to do this, but it actually is made of water. I too used to be a shithead and made quite the same mistakes that you did, running after water elementals and giant beasts in my youth, caused this injury, which made me realize that maybe perhaps a little bit less head of steam and a little more care would help me survive this world. Regardless, I just wanted to know, why are you doing this? What about you? What about these Girgagags, this world, this white rose? What does that appeal to an old city guard?
Roll another persuasion check.
Sure.
I'm so glad you're talking to NPC right now. I'm so about this.
I was a little bit wary, but like I'm stoked. I love
Holy
this
shit, Michael! Jesus Christ!
It's persuasion 22.
Like fucking Leah Barabit from
I'm a goddamn sorcerer. That's what I do.
He kind of just taps his fingers a bit like this, and he's just like, "This is between you and me, right?"
Yeah, I won't tell anybody. Honestly.
He doesn't like us anyway.
At the end of the day, I see Girgagax as a means to an end. Personally, not gonna lie, I wouldn't have minded if you came back telling us that Girgagax was stuck on a dragon's fang or something. I wouldn't really fucking care, to tell you the truth. What I see him as a revolutionary. And that's what this city needs right now. Because you see, I'm friends with another one. I can't tell you his real name, but I can tell you what you know him as. Or maybe not, since you're not from around here. They call him the Black Knight. Oh, he's a bit of a vigilante, if you will.
Oh, this is Batman! Sorry.
He's, most importantly, someone the city needs now more than ever. And I'm not just saying that because he's some idiot dressed in full plate head to toe. I'm saying it because I know who's under the helmet. And he is definitely the true leader this entire city needs. This entire country, actually, now that I think about it. So why am I with Girgagax? I'm with Girgagax because it's a means to an end. We're taking out the senators we don't like. Putting the people in power who we believe could do good. Who Girgagax thinks he can control. Idiot. And then, when it's all said and done, we'll make room for the Black Knight to come in.
I would like to discuss with this Black Knight in the future. I'm not saying, I know it's probably hard to meet him and know him, but if I am to know the leaders of this world and report back eventually to my people, I would like to know someone who is good in this world. Because I was a little worried, honestly, because I don't like this Girgagax either. So I'm happy to know that you're on the right side, it seems, at least for the right reasons.
Don't get me wrong, Girgagax isn't, like, a bad bloke, per se. He has his problem areas. He started very good, but as with any revolutionary, power goes to their head. So he's becoming a bit of a problem over time.
Absolutely.
I
don't think that happened with the Black Knight?
No. This man had power for a very long time and always questioned where it came from. He is a true messiah, if you will. Very proud to serve him. And if you want to meet him, you should talk to your Furbolg friend.
Oh, okay, I will.
Tells me he's been doing some business with him.
One last question.
So many secrets.
Just finishing writing something real quick. Fuck. Oh, do you know? Listen, I know it's a long shot, but you have a lot of connections. Do you know where I can get a plane shift scroll?
It's a powerful spell.
Yes, I know.
Most wizards around here nowadays are definitely going to be under the influence of the church at this point, since they are mostly the ones who educate them. There is Deliria. It's a possibility. She could definitely help you. It's a possibility she could help you, excuse me. Apart from that, as far as serious wizards go, because those kind of spells are tough to come by, I'd say if there was any better place to check right now, it'd be outside these walls. Never know what you'll find out there.
Thank you. That was my next adventure, but I figured, why not explore the place I know? And none of my compatriots had any idea of where I could find it. So I'm glad to talk to you, my friend. And And thank you for the information and the stories.
Thank you for the
You don't
drink.
excuse me. I'm going to go get pretty drunk and probably fall asleep.
You're welcome to. I got a room upstairs if you'd like.
I may take you up on that.
And
I'm gonna just get party on.
Yeah, you continue
Hang on,
to drink and have a good time and hang out. Sinrig. Actually, we could go back to Grimald if you'd like. Grimald, you said you needed Joe to go to District 5, but Joe, did you wanted to do something before District 5, you said?
We were going to go with Varys, right?
Yes, I was gonna go with Varys to grab some medical supplies, and then I was gonna go to the orphanage to check on Leon.
All right, so we'll just do that. Anyone else tagging along for that?
I was gonna ask Father Demetrius, but I didn't know if he was going to go. He said he was gonna go find his father, right? So
I'll probably tag along just to make sure the clinic's okay.
Okay.
And then just kind of.
Yeah, because I knew that if they were
around.
in the orphanage, that I could literally do nothing. So I need some healers.
So, Joe, Demetrius, and Varus, all three of you head over to the clinic first. As I described with Aldous, most of the area has been untouched. You notice bodies throughout, some of like various clerics, others of the masked assailants. Everyone's every here and there. They're already being cleaned up by the guard at this point. Walking down Market Row, you see a Warforged kind of like picking up some bodies and loading them onto a cart. And as they do, like they kind of just slip the masks off of people and pocket them and continue on their work. You make your way to the clinic, which is still standing. Go inside, and there's a whole crowd of people in here right now. Damn, Varus, I'm sorry. What was your guy's name again?
Kenneth.
I'm gonna...
Kenneth! That name! God damn it. Is that from 30 Rock, Kenneth?
I mean, it's a lot of things.
There was a Kenneth on 30 Rock, yes.
I got it from Hot Fuzz.
Kenneth! Hello, Nicholas. How's the hand?
As you walk in, he goes, "Oh, Mr. Varus, sir. Thank God you're here. I need help, please."
Yes. I roll up my sleeves and they fall right back down because they're robes. And then I start. What is it called? Triage.
Mm-hmm.
When you prioritize who needs help.
Yeah.
I start doing that.
Roll an investigation check.
Okay.
Can I assist him?
Sure.
Yeah.
Do I disadvantage then?
Yeah, advantage.
Hey, that's an extra. I had a 14, and then I rolled a 15, so that's plus 18 total.
18, good. Looking around, you notice most of these people are just very minor, superfluous slashes. There's people who had gotten hit, just kind of people swinging around. You find a couple who do need some serious tending to. They've been stabbed, and they just kind of like have a rag just kind of pressed against it at this point to try and stop the bleeding.
Okay.
Most of them are very okay, but a couple do need serious help right now.
I order the lad to attend to all the people with superfluous little cuts and stuff.
Okay.
He's there too, right?
Dino?
Yeah, Dino.
Yeah, Dino's there. He's kind of like been receptionisting as best he can.
I just have him clean and dress those simple wounds. I asked Father Demetrius, I don't suppose you would be interested in helping me assist these more critical patients?
Of course. I will do what I can.
Kenneth, you will as well, of course. Joe, I don't suppose you could play receptionist for a little bit.
I mean, I've tended bar before. Is it anything like that?
It's basically the same thing, except you don't give them alcohol, and instead you find them a place to sit down.
One guy next to you, Varus, is like, "But could I have some alcohol?"
Yes. I don't have any, though, so you're going to have to find it yourself.
Oh, damn.
Well,
well, I'm sorry. Joe, if you're willing to share your beer, then yes.
I mean, if it keeps people calm and...
It's really not good for the bleeding, but let's go.
Okay, good.
You
Then never
all begin getting to work. You're gonna cast. There's about 4 people who need some serious help, so you guys can either cast spells or you can use a medicine check. It's up to you. And since you are in your clinic and have all of your herbs and things, you could take advantage for any medicine checks.
Just do medicine checks then. I never get to do them, so.
Okay, so say you take 2, Demetrius takes 2.
Sure.
Since he's helping.
And I mean, I do have.
Hey, net 20.
One sec, Joe. Yeah, sorry.
And healer's kits, remember, you don't have to roll a medicine check. They have 10 charges of just straight stabilization.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Oh,
That's what a healer's kit does.
thank you
Yeah,
for
that's
reminding. So then you actually managed to keep everyone stable because you have plenty of equipment with you. Sorry about that. So you and Demetrius work together to stitch up the stab wounds, making sure to stop the bleeding, clean them up, etc., etc. Joe, the job is simple. It's just kind of like checking with people as they come in. Dino looks at them and kind of separates them into who he can help and who needs Varus's help. You aren't there long. Just takes about a half hour or so to kind of get a handle on things, and it comes to a point where Kendra can definitely just take it from here.
Okay. I definitely put a platinum into the treasury there so that they can restock the place afterwards.
Okay.
So there's that.
All right, that'll cover
There you
them
go.
for a bit.
Okay, I'm just going to clean up real quick, put on a fresh set of robes, and then, Joe, I'm more than willing to help you at the orphanage.
Yes, I would very much appreciate it. And if Father Demetrius, you would like to accompany us, you are more than welcome. Or if you would rather stay here, I understand.
I appreciate that, Joe, but I would very much like to find my father and make sure he is all right first.
I
Hope you
understand.
understand.
Father, if you'd like to meet for dinner later at the knock on wood.
Yes.
Sorry, I should know that. It's where I always eat my dinner. If you'd like to meet at the knock on wood, I would gladly buy you a meal. So.
Thank you. I will see if I can stop by. Hopefully, I am successful in my search.
And should you need my help down the road, once I'm done with the orphanage, I'm more than willing to help you. So,
Thank you.
peace be the journey. Bruh.
Joe and Varus, you make your way down. Grimold, you're joining them, right? Or no?
Yeah, I was
Okay.
with them, but
Sorry.
I'm not really going to be helpful in that.
Sorry. All right. So yeah, Grimold, you're kind of tagging along, just kind of being here, waiting to go to District 5. Joe and Varus, you all arrive at the orphanage to find that it seemed to be fairly far away from most of the conflict. The clerics managed to keep the conflict pretty contained at this point, and you see, the place is fine. Doors open.
Is the paladin okay? I wrote his name down on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Charles Redmayne. I love that name. Is he there?
Not outside. He's not outside.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go up and in, and I kind of motion for them to follow in with me.
Okay.
As I don't know if Varys or Grimold have been here, so I don't know if they're uncomfortable, but I motion them in. Everyone is welcome here. Come on in.
Grimald goes in.
You 3 head inside as Joe, you walk in to see Leon sitting in a chair at a table in kind of this entryway with the paladin sitting next to him. Leon's got a drink in his hand, and he goes, okay, no, wait. You're telling me that you believe in what again? And the paladin's like, Dramadoom. And he goes, is that even a real name? Honestly, I'm trying to understand. What does he believe in? Oh, Dramadoom represents the good law of man. What the fuck does that... Joe, hey, how's it going? You sent this man. To me?
Yes.
I appreciate it, but we're fine. He won't drink, which is a bit annoying, but
Very annoying.
Yes.
You should. Do you want some? Would you prefer ale, sir? I have some ale. Would you like some ale?
my oath prevents me from drinking.
Ah, oaths, God. Those fucking suck. So I pour a drink for myself. And I sit down with Leon.
My oath has fulfilled my life and saved my soul. It's
And
far from sucks.
I apologize. I cannot begin to understand. But I am forever in your debt for protecting
It is fine.
this place.
There's been no issues here. It was a very easy posting. Since you are here now and it seems the conflict has died down, and I will still not drink with you, Leon, I must go. Lady
Did you
Jo.
at least offer him a turnip?
Would that be good for you?
Lady Jo. And then he turns to Varus and Grimald and he's, gentlemen, and he walks off.
Lady?
He's a knight. It's just what he does. Very boring. Not nearly as cool as me.
Of course not, Leon. Of course not. So, everything was okay? Nothing happened?
As usual, my father overblows everything. He is a narcissistic ass.
Fathers.
Mm,
And I lift my glass to him as I say that.
he cheers as it. He goes, what about you two? You drinking?
If you have a small glass of wine, I perhaps would have one. Yes.
Wine, the culture gentleman. And he just kind of reaches under his chair and grabs a glass and his bottle and he just pours it and slides it over. He goes, you?
What kind
Yes.
of wine is it?
It's a red wine. You smell it. It's very dry. He has good taste.
Okay. I
Slide,
take a sip.
slides a glass over to you, Grimald, and he goes, I do not believe I know either of you.
Ah, yes. These are friends of mine. And Joe kind of like hesitates on that word because she's just come to grips with the fact that like her and Grimald are friends now. These are friends of mine. This is Grimald. He is former inquisitor, but I think he would rather leave that life behind him. Rightfully so. And
He's gone
this,
from inquisitive to just curious.
yes, yes. And this is Father Demetrius.
Varus.
I'm not there, Varus.
Varys.
Oh, I'm sorry. And this is Varys.
Varus. Oh, we lost
Yes.
me. I am gone. Sorry, stand by.
Bye.
Well,
He runs
ah,
the clinic in 11 that has recently opened up for business. Well, not business, but you know.
Hang on. Sorry, guys.
You good?
There we go. I'm back. Hey. All right.
hey,
Oh my god, it's so
I
much
am not
brighter.
used to seeing you
he's in a new location, coming at you live on the screen.
I don't know why it got so brighter. No, I knocked my plug-in with my foot. All right, won't do that again. Sorry. Repeat what you said, Joe.
I said, and this is Varys. He runs the clinic that recently opened up in 11.
We're taking donations, but I'm assuming you don't have any, so it's fine.
I thought I recognized you. No, I do not. I've also take donations. But hey, we should talk about a joint fundraiser sometime.
That is what I was just going to suggest that the two of you
I'm
very much involved. We can maybe people that are done or healed at the clinic could come.
I was about to say I'm not very charismatic to convince people to give me money, but then I looked at my performance and my persuasion. I'm like, yeah, let's do it.
You don't need to worry about that though, as my family has a long history of lavish and self-involved parties. I am very keen on the creation and organizing of them. We could have it here, and we could say split profits 50-50.
That's awfully generous of you. I would agree to it.
Fantastic. Glad to hear it. This is why I love alcohol and why Charles Redmayne will never understand its virtues.
Well, the pious often miss out on the best things in life, I will say.
Yeah, ain't that the
Yes,
truth?
Have you had anybody that has come since the craziness that has happened with the gates opening?
We had some seek shelter during the attack, but they seem to be back. But now that everything's back to normal, they kind of went on their way. They weren't really children, but you know, I'm not expecting them to just kind of walk in the door just because I put a sign up. I am going to go and find them. Now, actually, I should.
I understand. And I think if Varys, if you are willing, if any children come into the clinic, I think it would be incredible if you could leave information for them on how to come to this orphanage. And once they are healed, they will have a place of safety and shelter in which to stay.
Absolutely. I think this is a splendid idea. The new start of a budding relationship to improve this city.
No child deserves to roam the streets on their own. It is a lonely place to be. Even now, more than ever, with the gates opening, there will be lots of people that are alone and that need a place to stay.
Absolutely.
Here.
All right. Well, I am glad that your father was significantly wrong about this. Not surprised, Leon. You are a very smart man. But I am glad that you are okay and that the orphanage is okay. I was just coming to check in. But I think maybe we should reconvene with our party members and see what's next.
Yes, door's always open, as they say. I'm always happy to house whoever needs it. If all of you need a place to stay, then you are welcome here.
We appreciate that, Leon. I will not forget that.
I guess I should get back to work. And he gets up and downs his glass and walks out the door with all of you, locking up as he goes.
I finish my glass and go, it's not bad for a post-cataclysm, but you should really try the 73. And I hand it back to him and walk away.
Unfortunately, my father has all the 73s, but I'll take note of it.
Remember, he's the narcissistic one that he discussed.
You guys walk out, and Leon bids you farewell, and you all are now parting. Do you three want to go to District 5 now, or did you not want to do that?
Oh, okay. So I thought we were all going to meet up at the Knock on Wood and then, discuss from there. I don't know if I want to go. I know Aldous would probably also want to go to see Deliria, or what's her name?
Deliria.
Did I get that?
Yeah, you did.
You're right.
Okay. I'm sure he would want to as well because, we spent a month together and he can't stop talking about a scroll of plane shift. So I, know that that's what he wants. So I guess I'll just say that to him. While I think going to 5 would be beneficial, I think other of our party members also have some incentive to go there as well. So maybe we all meet up, we relax, we have some dinner, and then we talk about next step.
That seems agreeable.
Splendid idea.
And it was nice for other people to meet Leon. He is important to me.
So, with that being said, Grimald, did you want to do anything else with this downtime then? Since it's still technically on your phase.
Nah. The only thing I would probably do would be start putting out feelers for Inquisitor Finn, but I don't really have a network anymore, so that's not something I could easily do.
Yeah, you're gonna have to start building from the ground up again. Okay, so, with that being said, let's head over to Sinrig. Sinrig, do you have something you'd like to do in this downtime?
Yes. So first, I'll start. So I see that group heading to, because they talked about going to the clinic and the orphanage and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll kind of take to the rooftops and kind of keep an eye out, just looking for anyone who maybe is in need, anyone injured. But I kind of follow them and go that direction, kind of keeping a distance so they don't see me or anything. But...
Okay, roll a stealth check.
Oh, that is fucking 24.
Oh yeah, no way they would ever see you at this point. So you stealth your way there.
Yeah, and then like I said, keeping an eye out for anyone that is injured or hurt or anything. I don't know if there's many people because this area didn't get hit. You said.
Yeah, it seems to be taken care of at this point in this district.
Then like I said, keep an eye on them, and as they exit the clinic, as they go into the clinic, I'll kind of post up a couple blocks down, just keeping an eye on it. And when they leave, I'll wait a bit, and I'll stealth and make sure no one's outside the clinic, and I will send Cinna with a pouch of gold to drop off at the doorstep of the clinic.
Okay.
1,500 gold.
Cinna drops down and drops the pouch at the doorstep of the clinic. As she runs back up to you, you notice someone comes up and like kind of looks at it. It is still the afternoon, basically.
I do keep an eye to make sure it's someone from the clinic. You know what I mean? Like she'll like knock on the door or something and then run away, kind of thing. So someone comes to the door.
All right.
Just so some stranger doesn't come take it.
Okay. So the door opens up and Dino is there. You see this little boy. You've met him before, actually.
Mm-hmm.
You see him and he goes, "Holy shit!" And he picks it up and kind of like tries to drag it in. And shuts the door, and you hear him. He's just like, "Oh, hey!" Like brings it in, and then
I continue towards the orphanage.
Okay.
And do the same thing. I post up a while away. I watch them go in. I see the paladin or whatever leave, and I wait for them to leave, and do the same thing.
You do watch Leon leave as well.
Oh, that's right. Do I know? Is there anyone else working there?
Not that you know.
Then, is there like an office in the place that like faces a window that I could sneak into?
Roll a perception check.
You're the fucker that left the donation, and I thought it was somebody skeezy.
16.
16. Looking around, you managed to find an unlocked window on the second floor, just like kind of away from the street. You slide it open.
With Cinna's climb check, would she be able to get in and out of there easily, or?
Yeah, sure.
Sure. Then she'll just drop off the gold on his desk.
Okay. She does so fairly easily. Slips in through the window and goes in, leaves it, and as far as you know, she comes back.
Okay. Then that's about it. The only thing I wanted to do was, because I realized I personally have not checked on her, is that woman from our session 0 that got turned into flowers and shit. I want to go check up on her.
Okay. You want to go check?
That had the flowers of the cocoon of flowers and stuff.
Dino's mom.
Dino's mom. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you ever asked them about it. So.
I personally never did. I don't know if you guys did, but
okay.
I want to go check on her. So.
All right, you head over to the house. Knock on the door. After a moment, the door opens and you see the woman standing there. And she opens the door and she goes, "Hello." Oh, and like surprised at your very tall form. "Hello."
Hello. It is the woman?
Yeah.
You are doing well, yes?
Sorry, do I know you?
No. I do know your son. We sort of met briefly when you were very, very ill some time ago.
Oh. Yes, well, my son took care of me, and with the help of course, Master Varus and his friend, Father Demetrius, and of course, Abraham himself, I came out okay.
what happened to you?
I don't really remember. I don't really remember. I had fallen asleep, from what I do remember, and then every once in a while I remember opening my eyes and seeing, like, flowers or something. And then when I awoke, I was in a bed, and there were lots of flowers, and my son said he had made me a blanket of flowers, which I thought was very sweet, but they were dying at that point, and I told him, Dino, honey, you cannot just make blankets of flowers. They will not last. They will wilt. Anyway, I woke up and I felt okay. I must have been some sort of a flu. My doctors had to be wrong about my condition.
Well, I'm glad you're doing all right. Yes.
Yes, me too. I've been looking for work, actually. I feel good enough to go back to work now. My son could hopefully stop working so hard and live his life as a child again.
Would you mind accepting a donation for until you can find a job?
Roll persuasion check.
Oh, that's a natural 20. So that's a 19.
My son is working, but it would be nice to be allowing him to quit early. If you find it in your heart, but please do not feel obligated.
I'll give her 300 gold.
Oh. This would be enough to cover rent for months.
I hope you find good use of it.
Thank you. What is your name?
It's not important, but I do hope to meet you again someday.
I believe any stranger who leaves 300 gold with me, their name is very important.
You can say the donation is from Leon.
Leon.
Yes.
That is your name?
You can call me that, yes.
So, you're clearly not. You're clearly
No, yeah,
not
yeah,
her
yeah,
name,
yeah.
and she realizes, and she goes, "Thank you, Mr. Leon. This is very kind. Have a wonderful day."
You as well.
And that's it. And then I'll head to the Knock on Wood. That's where we're meeting at the Knock on Wood, we said, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah.
Okay. Zane, what are you up to, bud?
You know, we placed 2 go.
I wanted to make sure that my family home is intact. I'm not going to talk to my father, but I'd like to make sure that they're okay.
So that
discreetly.
That one's a bit of a trip. Not like a couple day thing, but you know that's most of your day at this point. So you head up through District 5, out of District 11 through District 5 into District 4, and finally arrive as the sun's setting. I would say at this point it's a few hours walk. As you arrive, the snow has begun to fall once again, and you stand outside your family home. It looks like most of the damage did not reach District 4 at all, so everything is safe, everything is okay. You actually kind of see Jenna shoveling the snow off of the step. But yeah, anything else?
Cool. No, that's all.
Okay. You brood, watching the doorway, and then head back.
Perfect.
Varus, did you have anything else you wanted to do?
Negatory, just heading back to the Knock on Wood.
All right. Demetrius.
All right. After everything is finished up at the clinic, I will attempt to go out and find some of the clerics, or just ask around for my father.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a perception check or a charisma check, depending on which one you're doing.
17 perception.
Okay. You head out and just kind of begin looking around for your dad. Looking around for the other clerics as well. Every once in a while, you'll see one, and they'll like point you in a direction. Eventually, you kind of end up back at the square, outside the gate, a bit further north from there, so almost into District 10 at this point. In fact, we will say into District 10, where you find most of the clerics there have gathered up a bunch of people who are still wearing masks at this point, and they just got them all on their knees, hands bound behind their back. As you approach, your father sees you and he goes, "Demetrius, you are okay?" And he comes up and gives you a hug.
Yes, and thank God.
I saw that thing collapse and I thought I sent you to your death. I was very worried.
It was close, but it will take more than that to kill me.
Beautiful! And he slaps your head and he's just like, "All right, we are escorting these men to, well, where are we escorting them?" And he like looks to someone and goes, "Sir, we have nowhere to hold them. Nowhere to hold them. What is the worst thing that could happen to a believer of Abraham?" And if you don't answer, Demetrius, one of the clerics finally speaks up. "Be taken away. You are all hereby banished from New Praxia. If I ever find your faces here again, I will smash them in with my mace until they are nothing but pulp. March them out the gates, unbind them, and kick them until they run like dogs." And they all kind of get stood up and start walking. He looks to you. Disagree?
Do you think it wise to let them go and reform somewhere outside of the city?
You'd rather I kill them?
It is not ideal, any of this that has happened. Months ago, I would have said yes to kill them. For everything they had done, for everything they will do to this city. All in the name of Abraham. I would have said yes. But now, well, there was one who I encountered, I did not trust. I did not think could change, but it turns out that, surprisingly enough, when faced with reason, he saw through. I did not expect this.
And that's change. I do not even expect these ones to change. And he stops one as they're like being marched away, and he just rips their mask off. He goes, "Tell him what you do for a living." And at first he doesn't like say anything. It's a human man. He's a bit old, like 40s, 50s. And at that point, your dad just hits him in the gut. And he goes, "Talk, scum." And he goes, "I'm a carpenter." He's a carpenter. This is no inquisitor. These are people who have been manipulated by the Inquisitor. And he puts the mask back on him. And he goes, the one thing I did want to do is burn these masks into their faces. But a few of my clerics recommended against it. And I take their advice very seriously." And he pushes the one along. He goes, "If it was an Inquisitor, I may, in fact, be privy to killing them. The fact that you've met an Inquisitor who has changed is astounding, miraculous. Although I do question his true intentions and whether he has changed or not."
He looked into the face of his false god and saw reason. I believe that was enough.
Zealots have a habit of jumping from one god to another. You introduce him to Krakoa, he could become a zealot of Krakoa. I introduce him to Tramadum, he could become a zealot to Tramadum. And you and I both know that zealots to either, no matter how much we have love in ours, are no good. Look at the zealots of Jerusalem. There's a very good reason none of them were invited here. They are madmen and women. Truly terrible creatures who believe that they understand their god better than any of us understand ours. Jerusalem is a neutral god, and yet they mount people to pillars. That is a zealot of a god that we both agree exists and does good. And your Inquisitor may end up being one of them, if you introduce them to Jerusalem. My point not being to distrust him. Trust is yours to give and only yours. But always be wary around those you even trust the most.
Father, the dragon that attacked, its name was Ibn Rashan. Ibn Rashan?
Iba Farshan.
Iba Farshan.
I-B-A-F-A-R-S-H-A-N.
Iba Farshan. I have heard this name before. I believe that it may have had something to do with the fall of... I'm blanking on the name.
Dalquar.
Dalquar.
The dragon escaped, yes?
Yes, it flew out into the wilderness. The barrier seemingly fallen. When, I do not know.
The barrier?
Yes, it must have entered the city somehow. If not over the wall and through the barrier, then where?
Son, look up in the sky. As you look up, you see 2 moons in the sky as the sun has begun to set. Do you remember how many used to be up there?
Moons?
There was only one when the Aboleth was in charge. No one ever bothered to look, no one ever bothered to check. Except, of course, the Shine Fiends. They could see through it, because there was no dome or barrier above us. It was simply an illusion crafted by whatever that was below.
I had always suspected, but never believed anything could be powerful enough to do that.
Now that it is dead, its secrets have slowly risen to the top of the water like scum. And I have learned a lot since then. But most of all, I think we can all agree that there was no end of the world. Were you outside?
We ended up on the far side of the wall after the collapse.
What was it like?
It was like before we came here.
That's
All those years ago. I am tempted to go back. I would like to know for sure what happened.
Going back home to Romania is not the best idea.
Why not?
Because we do not know what ended up there. What is still there. However, I do intend to go out there. Especially now that your words have spoken. I'm going to take many of my clerics, leaving, of course, enough here to make sure that the church is no longer a problem. And we're going to go begin ensuring that our God's word has reached beyond these walls already. You may come with us.
I may. Though I suspect that my companions still have deeds to be done. And I have grown attached to them.
Demetrius. That means you have your own path now. And for that, I only love you more. We shall cross paths again. That
Thank
much
you.
I know. Of course, son. Of course. And I leave in a couple days, so if you decide this path is boring and full of bumps, then come find me anyway.
I hope to see you again before you leave.
I will do my best to seek you out. I will look for you in District 11, but if you are not there, I cannot guarantee. But you and I are connected by more than physical bounds at this point. Our quarries know each other the way we do. So,
Yes.
we are always together, son.
And with that, I'll just give him a hug again and go back to the knock on wood.
All right. And I believe that's everyone. As everyone heads back to the knock on wood, one after another, you all arrive to a raucously drunk Aldous.
Great word, by the way, Ben. That is a fantastic vocabulary term.
Thank you, Miss Weissman. Or Mrs. Flores. I'm used to Miss Weissman.
Hey. Either one.
As you approach, as you walk in, Aldous, you've no doubt had many more drinks at this point and have become the life of the party.
Everyone's about you right now. I can only imagine.
People will sing songs about the partying half-elf for the rest of their days, and they'll never know what happened to him. All of you walk in to see, I'd say you probably get there, like, one after another, kind of arrive. A couple of you meet together. At one point, like, once all of you get there and walk in, Aldous is just, like, dancing on a table at one point.
Yes.
Sure.
Ready.
I don't know what that half elf was about, but he just kept screaming diplomatic immunity. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Diplomatic immunity.
You all get together for dinner around dinner time. Coming together, kind of waiting out a table to clear up, and once the table finally does clear out, you're like you kind of push your way in and sit down. There's at one point it's like a fairly big table, and like all of you go to like sit down, but there's still like two people sitting there. And, like, eventually they realize, like, they get the hint, and they're just like, okay, bye, and, like, leave. So all of you are here now, ordering dinner and getting together. Does anyone have anything they want to discuss?
Sorry, our AC just kicked on, and it's, like, right here, and so it gets really loud, so it's hard to hear you guys.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay. So, anyone have anything they want to talk about here?
I want to talk about going to 5, but, thank you. Okay, as, Grimald, you told me before, it would be, while my first intention is to slay the man that was responsible for my father's death, and, well, I hardly killed the man that did that. I also need to kill the man who gave the orders in which to do that, and that is Nardo Granado, which I feel like there is something else that is going on there. There is a power play here that we are unaware of. I don't really care. Maybe you guys do. I don't really care. But you're right. This dagger knowing more about it may be of more use to us, some leverage, so to speak. And while I have heard of Deliria before, having lived in 5 for half of my life, I would like to go and see if she knows more about this item. And that's what I would like to do at dawn, first off, tomorrow. If anybody else, I know Grimald was going to accompany me. I know he knows of this place and is able to help me. While I know of 5, I have not met this woman before. Aldis, I do not know if you know of this place, but she is supposed to know of all of the odd things that are going on.
Yeah, she's crazy.
She may have a flame sheet scroll.
Yeah. I'm gonna go there probably tomorrow.
Yes, that is what I am talking about.
I know.
Are you going by yourself tomorrow, or are you going
Yeah, that's what I said. We're going to Deliriums tomorrow. You wanna come?
I would love to come.
All right, good.
So just like
It's at this point that I realize Mike understands exactly how he is when he's drunk, and
it's uncanny. Yes. And so so I open it up to the rest of you. I do not foresee us. I mean, I feel like we take the underpass, although we could probably more easily now go through the streets. I feel like maybe going under the city is still better, until we know for sure that we are not wanted by the church.
No, fuck it. Hey, listen. The only way to find out is to go to this church. No,
we are not going.
Go to the gate. Try to get through it and see what happens. Because if this guy lied to us, we're gonna find out. That's the only way. We gotta try.
Are you telling me that you are going to try?
I'm gonna do it. I could do it right now. You want me to do it right now?
Zane, for the record, I don't know if this was clear, but you did walk through District from 11 to 5, I believe, then to 8 to 4, I think is what it is. I was double checking that, but just so you know.
As in, I'm. What? In what capacity is that relevant? I guess. Like I might have bumped into them, or.
No, I'm saying.
No, we were discussing the impossibility of moving between places.
And I was saying that we might be able to, but I don't know if that's the safest bet.
I see. Sorry, missed that. Okay. I traveled to District 4 to make sure my family home is okay, as I had mentioned before. I had no issue getting through.
Oh, then there would be much more speed if we went directly through the gate to 5. 5 is not far from here. We could make it a day trip, as they say, as the tourists say. We don't have tourists here. That's not a thing. Oh, you're a tourist.
I am a tourist.
You're
I don't know what's going on.
tourist!
Listen.
Have you been to Belfast?
Have you had these big old dwarven hooch, man? This stuff is crazy.
Have you had this ale? And I pour him some of my ale.
I don't know if I can have that. I'm gonna try.
Sinrig, I was wondering if you are okay with this detour. I know Donovan tends to be an all-encompassing thought in your mind, and I wanted to make sure you, of all of us, are okay with that.
Well, seeing as I have no leads on Donovan, then this is no distraction for me.
Maybe this woman, Deliria, she knows of the oddities. Maybe this Mr. Mako is an oddity that she might be able to shed some light on.
I could perhaps ask her of the rods, but I have it on good authority that Donovan Macob is not in this city.
Is he maybe not who you think he is? People have been known to take an alias now and again.
That was my first thought, perhaps, yes. But I am not sure.
Perhaps Nardo, with his criminal empire, could be of use to help find Donovan.
And you know what? 2 birds, 1 stone. I also need to talk to Nardo, so this might be very beneficial for all of us.
Of course. I will remain with you all for now, yes.
Hey, does anybody have anything to help me right now? It's been an hour. Never mind. I'm not bleeding anymore. I have to take a short rest. I have 14 hit points. I'd be bleeding all over this table still.
There's just blood stains all over the bar.
Just takes a drink. The drink just starts pouring out of a wound.
He's been so exciting, no one gives a shit. It's actually even cooler that he's doing all this while bleeding. So
as he's like putting his finger through like a hole in his hand, and everyone's cheering.
This is community.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I'm going to say, and I do hope that this is a quick trip. If I go back and and Klaus knows that I am there, not having finished what I set out to do, he will not be pleased with me. So while I love Tide and I could spend the rest of my life in Tide, I would appreciate if we could go in and come back as quickly as possible. The longer that Narda lives, the longer that I live more on edge.
There is no telling that he may have fled the city by now.
Well, you are not wrong. However, his son lives here. I do not think I have a good relationship with his son. I do not think that he would leave the city not having his son aware. But you are right. We should we found that thing, that paper, right? That's something about the wall, something about the gates opening.
Yes.
They may have moved beyond the walls. You are right. And that is something that we should definitely take into consideration. I agree. And this Deb Trosco, by the way, she can create demons now? What?
She could do that before, actually.
Well, I know that she created a devil from she sacrificed her other siblings, her and her sister, right? So like she just like makes them now. She just like says some words and she just a devil. Who the fuck is she? What is she?
I feel like it's about time we start pulling on that string.
Yes, because if she can just make a winged devil that comes and tries to kill us all, who's to say what else she can do?
If we all want what is best for the people of this city, we should start there, I believe. Again, Nardo is a good place to start in that aspect.
However, the more leverage, as my friend Grimald said, that we have on them, it might be the most beneficial. So I think 5, quick day trip to 5, and then we come back and we take care of business.
It would literally be an hour walk to Delirious.
That's so nice to walk through the gates. Oh my god, my character doesn't even know what that's like. Like she literally doesn't know how to walk through the gates.
Just being able to walk back to 5 would have solved a lot of issues for Grimald.
Oh my god. This is going to be like a milestone for her. She's used to like jumping gates and going in fucking Olgarok. I'm sorry.
Alduin,
her thing.
Did you guys want to do anything else before you rest?
No.
I mean, I think we had kind of resolved this, Ben, but I'm constantly, like, at night before I go to bed, I'm constantly, like, checking on my brewing supplies, constantly and I'm filling the water skin again for the next day in case I need healing.
Okay. Sounds good. So with that, you all finish your dinner, finish laughing over Aldous. For the first time, I think a lot of you kind of feel a little bit calmer. I don't know if that's true, but I feel like it is. Things are not as terrible and as rushy as they have been for a very long time, and you head back to the clinic. Everyone's left at this point. Kenneth is still cleaning up. Kenneth and Dino are still cleaning up a bit as you all walk in, and you all just kind of collapse in the back room, unrolling your bedrolls, and slowly drift asleep. Want to go ahead and take a long rest, everyone. And while you're taking a long rest, I will be right back.
Okay, so I was like waiting because Ben always does this thing where we go to sleep and then somebody has a dream that freaks
Yeah,
out.
right?
So I like held my breath. I think I was holding my breath. I was like, oh no. Who's gonna do something now?
Everyone's temporary HP increase goes away at a long rest, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Correct.
It should do it automatically.
Yeah.
Look at all those key points. Pew, 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 pew.
Oh yeah, baby.
So I know this never came up. However, I have slow fall, so that whenever I have to take fall damage, I reduce it automatically by 30 hit points.
Wow.
That's awesome.
So I can just like fall and I just like land on my feet like fucking Captain America, fist to the ground. Like,
Nice.
no damage taken. So I was like, oh, I wanted to use it, but I
Didn't need to. Yeah.
didn't need to. And I also want to catch a fucking crossbow bolt and throw it back at somebody, but nobody ever shoots it.
Dude, I know. I waited for so long to do that as a monk.
I have it, and I'm like ready, but Ben knows about it, so he's never gonna shoot me with a goddamn crossbow.
I honestly
Yeah, same
don't
thing
know
with the
about it.
shield.
I always forget. We'll get there. You'll get shot at some point.
Well, we did have crossbows, and then apparently I went up to the guy that has dagger and not a crossbow, and then he killed me.
Well, when you come up to them, they're going to put the crossbow away and draw the sword, because that's how that works.
No. I'm not talking about the guys on the roof. I'm talking about a different guy. I wasn't even all the way up to him. And
Some of the Durger.
yeah, the white robe guys, and he came up and sneak attacked me.
Oh, okay. That's been a while.
Yeah.
Snuck attacked.
All right. So everyone's got their full rests marked, and you all awaken. The next morning, the sun peeks in. No dreams. I mean, you might have some dreams, but
I don't dream.
Unsettling.
What'd you say, Joe?
Nothing unsettling. No Father Demetrius getting up in the middle of the night. No
Nope.
knees seeing a man flayed. Okay.
Nope. Calm night. Calm night.
Okay. Thank God.
Right before we go to bed, Zane says, guys, I just wanted to make sure you knew Dozer doesn't sleep.
He's not
here,
there.
Yeah.
And that is funny because I do not dream, so.
True.
Do unsleeping dozers dream of electric Demetrius?
Construct sheep.
All right. You all awaken early in the morning. Haven't gone to bed early, I think. Just kind of had enough of the day.
Tuckered out.
The sun's just rising at this point as you all begin to slowly come to and begin to roll up your bedrolls, pack up, get out of the way for when Kenneth arrives, or else he's gonna be pissed. As you all kind of pack up, does anyone want to do anything before you leave? Okay, so.
Oh, I guess I do.
Where are we going? Oh,
We're
go
going
ahead.
to 5.
I just need rope, man. I just want to get rope back.
You can go buy some rope. It's very easy.
Let's go buy some rope.
Alright, that's all I wanted to do.
What do you need rope for?
I don't know. I don't know. You just fucking need it, okay?
Yeah,
It's very useful.
you can head into Market Row early in the morning fairly easily, and
How much is rope?
I'm looking it up now.
Sorry.
You should
Silken
be.
rope.
Ben, why don't you know everything automatically? Jesus.
Hempen rope is a gold, I think.
That's what I had originally.
That's what I had too.
But I want silk rope now. I'm bougie.
Ew, why? You're gonna split that up?
I don't think you're gonna find any silk rope on 11.
Are you gonna do some acrobats on it or something?
It's just better.
Acrobat.
Better quality.
Yeah, no. In 11, they ain't got silk bullshit. Like, you are.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're all this. You-
Barging in on me. Yeah, sorry. Let's go. Rope.
Yeah, let's go to a rope store.
10 GP for 50 feet of silken rope.
No, just regular rope is
Alright,
one.
then I get one. I'm gonna spend a GP on rope.
Same.
Same. I don't have any.
Yes.
I
Yes.
feel useless when it comes to rope.
How about I just make that errand? I'm gonna just say out loud, "Hey guys, I'm gonna go get some rope because I left mine in the, the hole in the wall
Oh,
over there.
yes, this is true.
Does
Could
anybody
you-
want any extra rope?
Oh, me.
All right, you want
Yeah.
some? Anybody else need some rope?
We only get the finest Grieger brand spider silk rope.
Grieger brand, yes, that's a good
I've
rope.
heard
Yeah.
that's very good rope. I cannot afford that. Oh yeah.
That's only an
No,
11.
that
11.
doesn't exist. No, that doesn't
Oh
exist.
no!
That doesn't exist. I gotta put my foot down there. That doesn't exist.
Gotta put one of my 8 feet down. Doesn't exist. All right.
Grieger did not start a franchise.
Pick up rope for everybody.
Yes, thank you.
If anything, he'd be an exterminator, not a rope maker.
It's a side gig.
I take a quick minute in the morning too, and I take my totem of my daughters and I just kind of focus on it, and I say Nuid, and I change one of my spells for the day, just
Okay.
so you know.
Sounds
Change
good.
Ensnaring Strike to Zephyr Strike.
Ooh.
It's a fun spell.
Zephyr
Sigrid,
Strike's cool.
Yeah.
how old are you?
I lost count around 300. I'm 450-ish.
Well, holy shit!
I'm very old for a Firbolg, however.
Wow. So your daughter, how your daughter that you have talked of before?
Dalen, yes.
Yes, how old is she?
That's actually a really good question in character.
Oh, did I stump Tyler?
Yeah, I guess I didn't actually figure that out. No. I do know this. Hold on. Let me go to my backstory.
You're talking to a person who's a daughter who lost her father. So of course
I know.
She's around 150 or so.
Oh my goodness! And I guess being a human, I that is such a long life to live. Is that a very long life for a Firbolg? 150.
My people can live upwards of 500 or more.
Wow. This is a very long life.
Yes.
You are blessed with a long life, which means that you probably know. You're probably a very wise man.
Elf sits quietly.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
A long life to some, a short one for others. But longer life, I do believe, gives different perspectives on things.
Yes, my person that took me in, my adopted father, so to speak, he is older as well, and he knows more, and I respect him for his wisdom. I'm sorry, you've just mentioned your daughter before. I was just curious. I do not know much about Firbolgs. I've never met a Firbolg besides you, and pardon me if they were rude questions.
No, not at all. No, my daughter is a.
Imagine we're eating breakfast.
Sure, yeah. My daughter is well, while age does give some wisdom, sometimes it is just the individual. I like to think my daughter is far more wise than I would ever be.
I would love to meet your daughter.
Yes. Yes, I'm sure you would all like that. I'm sure you would get along.
Her name again?
Dalen.
Dalen?
D-E, yeah.
This is more for April than
Sure. Deilen. That's how I spell it.
All right. So, with that, no one else has anything they'd like to be doing right now. Aldous comes back, having bought however much rope he's getting. And you all pack up and get ready for a group trip over to District 5.
Day trip!
Something so simple. You're literally going to District 5 to go to a store. Something that seems incredibly simple in hindsight of everything you've done so far.
Let's go. Red Light District. My people. Let's do it. April needs
A seemingly simple trip.
A seemingly simple trip led them on the back road to friendship.
I did hesitate before friends, so calm down. Not everyone is Joe's friend yet.
Joe hesitates before calling people her friend. But what is she gonna hesitate about when her dad's soul is stolen in a dagger?
Out next week.
All right. So you all make your way
I hate you guys, by the way.
north out of District 11 into District 5, the Red Lamp District. The last time you guys were here has been it's been a while. It's some of you have been here recently.
Wow.
Some of you had been here in the month that you guys were gone, but most of you haven't really been here in about a month.
Like close enemy.
The fires did reach here, but they've all since been handled. And for the most part, everything seems to be okay. From what you're hearing, a lot of people talking about the big ones, the big towns that were the big districts that were hit were districts 10 and districts 3, and a bit of district 2 as it swooped around, but not much. Just like the tiny southwest corner of district 2, it sweeped around to 5. And then it kind of did a circle down the eastern edge of District 5, and then back around to 10. And that's when it was coming back for you guys, and it got distracted before getting to 11. So it didn't. This area that you're walking into of 5 is mostly good. Your brewery, the closest brewery, Barefist Brewing, you know, Joe, based on the geography of what people are talking about, was out of the line of fire. So you were all good on that front. As was Deliria's Oddities.
It's how odd.
So, you all see if I can remember this character. You all approach the shop deep downtown in the Red Lamp District. You see a shop. It's got windows, big glass windows with all sorts of strange little knickknacks and strange toys and baubles all kind of on display. There's a dress, and there's like eyes all over the dress, and it's just a very strange place. There's some people hanging out outside. They're just kind of smoking, hanging out. They look at you as you're all going in, and after that hour of travel, you head into Deliria's Oddities. You walk into the shop. Let's see. Let me find my notes. It's been a while.
Paint me a word picture, Ben.
Delirious Oddities it's as you look around, seems to be mostly a general goods shop. A general goods shop that specializes in the oddities part of it. The shop is dark. And in the center of it, it's wide open. There's just a wide open space. There's no like tables. There's no stands. There's no pedestals. Everything is on shelves along the walls. And then there's a little counter at the back of the shop with a curtain behind it, red curtain. There's candles lit throughout, but as I said, it's not really brightening the place up. In fact, the candles seem to be shedding very little light, and the only sun comes through the door that you just walked in, but even that, the windows are dimmed on. She's blocked out the windows that hold her stuff open. As you walk in, the bell rings. Looking around, there's all sorts of strange objects on the shelves, from what look to be organs and jars to bones, strange items, all the way to in like glass cases, protected. Seems to be like wands, staves, potions. As the bell rings and you walk in, you see an elf, a woman, or was once an elf, step out from behind the curtain. Deliria Cortesana. She is, first of all, incredibly old. This is an elf who has to be near the 1,000-year mark. She's incredibly thin and wears this radically revealing low-cut dress that reveals her very, very bony ribs. She's very, very thin. She's pale, and her eyes are dark. And she honestly seems like something that children would have nightmares about.
Picturing Yzma from Emperor's
Very,
New Groove.
very Yzma feels.
Yes.
Very Yzma feels.
Horrifying beyond all belief. That's the one.
As you walk in, let's see if I remember this character right. Oh, I remember you. And she like kind of hovers over to Grimold and Zane and Aldous, and she kind of rubs her spindly fingers along your guys' shoulders. She goes, "You came back. I'm so happy to see you."
Yeah.
There's no quest played like this.
We have a few questions of an interesting artifact we have come across.
They brought Deliria artifacts that are interesting. Come on now. And she grabs you by the hand, Grimold, and just kind of leads you to the counter. Her hand is very cold, very clammy. It's uncomfortable. She pulls you around. She pulls you to the counter as she walks around it, and she just kind of like leans, and her dress kind of like hangs as she does, and she goes, "So, honey, tell me what you have."
They like
And-
udders.
Joe Joe assessing the situation, realizing that her talking in the situation is not good, grabs into her bag and hands the dagger to Grimold, giving him a look of like, if you don't fucking give this back, I'll kill you. And hands Grimold the dagger.
This is the artifact in question, and I'll hold it up to her.
How did you find this?
We procured it from an enemy, one who no longer exists.
So you killed Azazel then?
Yes.
Is Nama still alive?
I'm gonna look at Joe.
What did she say? I didn't hear that.
Is Nama still alive?
Nama? Oh, who is Nama?
Not my business. Am I right?
If you don't know,
Yeah.
then I'd assume the answer's yes. You would know Nama.
Well, there was another devil that we also killed. He was afraid of the
Nama? No devil, honey.
Oh,
Nama's a demon from the abyss. She is beauty incarnate. A true sex symbol. Someone I've always inspired to be.
Nama. Can I... And this is Joe, honestly being dumb, because she's not intelligent. Could a demon take on human form? Or humanoid form?
Depends on the demon. Nama prefers her form for her partner. Her partner likes her certain ways.
Who is Nama's partner?
Who are you? I'm curious.
Oh, hello. My name is Joe. I'm just down the street. I used to work at Bearfist Brewing.
Oh, I've never been. I don't go into breweries, dear. I have self-respect.
I have little self-respect. It's fine.
I can tell.
I'm sure you can.
Joe, that's so interesting. So why did you hand him the dagger and not hand it to me myself?
Well, it seemed that you had already had a relationship with this man, Grimold.
I have no relationship with this man, Grimold. I just think he's incredibly scrumptious.
And so, it was more in my benefit to hand it to the man that you think is scrumptious to talk to him. I feel like you would probably prefer to talk to him than me. Am I wrong?
I prefer to talk to anyone who is interesting. Are you interesting, Joe?
I prefer to get answers about the dagger.
She shoots you a glare at Grimold. Grimald, honey, Joe and I are talking. Please let the lady speak.
Yes, ma'am.
What were you saying?
Well, my friend Grimald, he is not wrong. We did come here for answers about this dagger. But if you would like, I can tell you what I know about this dagger and why I am interested in knowing more about it.
Please do.
I love this NPC so much, man. Oh my god. Okay. All right. Well, this dagger, held by the man that you called and that we all know to be Azazel, correct?
Yes.
Well, this man, while my friends here helped me dispatch of him, I was the one that landed the final blow on him. I killed Azazel. And the reason why I killed Azazel was because Azazel killed my father. And this dagger, I witnessed, April can't do math. 15...
It's 15 years ago.
Was it really? God, yes. 15 years ago, I witnessed this dagger slit my father's throat. And so, I put it upon myself to find the man that wielded this dagger and to end his life. And thus I did. However, upon killing this man, I slit his throat with this very dagger. And upon killing him, we tried. My friend here is uncanny with the dead. Was unable to talk to him.
Saruz wouldn't let him. I find it so interesting. I thought everything you were about to say was going to be boring, and it turned out you surprised me. So, Joe from Barefist Brewing, you have my interest now.
Well,
you keep referring to it as this dagger, and the more you do that, the angrier it will get, and the harder it will be to communicate. So please begin calling it by its name when it is present, for it will not like it.
Yes, I know this name. Its name is Sarus, correct?
That is correct.
So, it likes to be talked to then. It likes to be persuaded like a person does.
That's what I hear. I've heard Azazel speaking to it before. It's haunting.
Okay. So, upon killing Azazel with Sarus, a green-like fog came out of Azazel and entered into Sarus. And then trying to talk to Azazel upon death, deemed impossible. Could you shed some light on this for me? Seeing as Sarus was the one that killed my father. I am very interested to know more about him.
Saruz requires the mediation to be on its part. It does not want to allow others to take what it believes is its. Saruz is a hell item, vomited from the belly of Geryon himself. You could very well call it a devil itself, though it is just a weapon. And inside of Saruz is, from my understanding, a soul keeper. How do I call it? An intelligence of sorts. That is sentient. And, well, keeps souls. It catalogs it. And collects them, cleans them, polishes them, dusts them off, plays with them sometimes. It exists in the dagger. You can speak with it. You just have to attune to it.
All the souls that it has killed?
All of them. And you attune to it, you become its master, you can command it to allow you to speak to the others it has taken.
What else comes with this attunement?
It's a hellblade, honey. Let's not be dense. It's an evil, evil item. It will no doubt have a very, very deep effect on your psyche, especially since you seem like someone who can't handle things very well.
Joe is not.
No, it's good. It's good. It's good. I know. You're good.
Okay. Woo. All right. So you are telling me that if I attune to this, if I attune to Sarus,
Yeah.
I will be able to talk to my father.
Yes, if he is one that that Sarus has killed, then yes.
Is this
What?
only allowed to the one who attunes to the dagger?
That is correct. And as you know, with magical weapons, only one person can be attuned to an item at a time.
Could Sarus potentially allow channeling one of the souls through the attuned person?
I do not know. I've never seen it. But I assume Azazel keeps control of his weapon and doesn't want the souls of mortals to fill his body with tainted, disgusting mortal energy.
Okay. So I'm guessing. You are a much more wise woman than I.
I know.
I knew this walking in here.
Yeah.
When you talk of a devil or a fiendish weapon, does this mean that once I attune to it, my soul is bound with it?
Does it? I don't know. You want to find out? I'd be very curious and would pay a good sum to experiment on you and to see how far we could test it. Here's the question, and this is the good one. Did you drive Saruz into the neck of Azazel? Or did Saruz drive itself into his neck?
Of course I did.
Are you sure?
I am positive.
Well, with that kind of confidence, you could probably take it on. You could probably
This is probably
control it.
freaking everyone out right now. Y'all are like, Joe, what the fuck are you doing?
I believe in you, Joe from Barefist Brewing. You have the strength to attune to this item and do with it what you will.
I only wish to speak to my father.
You have the strength for that. I believe in it.
My other question is this. You seem to know a lot about this Azazel, in which I killed.
He's an old lover.
Sorry, I love that. Okay. Okay. So, why is he working for mortals?
He made it.
Why?
Roll persuasion check on this one.
Oh, Lord. Not gonna be good. Like I said, 11.
11?
Not a persuasive one. That's why you are here.
Trying my best.
I mean, I was just gonna say,
Oh, bring girl.
letting us know could be of great help. As I lean in and just bat my eyelashes,
still seem to button your shirt. I'm like.
It's too late to aid her, but I'll let you roll a persuasion check.
Yes, please do. Unbutton the shirt. Yes, I love it.
Hey! Oh, that looked better than it was when I lifted it up into the light. That's a 9.
Oh, mine's better.
So.
It's fine. You all have very little understanding of the Blood War, correct?
Blood War?
That's a yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
There are two sides of the war. On one side, there are devils, infernal but lawful beings from Bator, the plane of hell. There are 9 layers in the plane of hell. This dagger, specifically, comes from... Well, I want to tell you so bad. I had it, and now I've lost it. I believe it's the 5th. This dagger specifically comes from the 5th layer of hell. Devils, and on the other side, demons. Like my dear friend Nama. Demon Nama.
Nama, like namaste.
Not spelled that way, but yes. Nama is on the side of demons. They come from a plane called the Abyss. Chaotic, terrifying creatures. Scarier than any infernal devil you would meet. These two kinds of creatures fight, and neither knows why. They have fought because they fight. They fight within their own ranks because they fight. They exist to cause pain to those around them and to themselves. Much like humans. Why is Azazel here? Why is Nama here? Well, that one's even easier. They made a pact with 2 sisters who killed their siblings. Now, why did one pick a devil and one pick a demon? Or why did one devil pick one sister and a demon picked another sister? That one I can't answer. But it's clear that the Troskal sisters are used as pawns in this large game. And Azazel had greater plans than simply running drugs through the city. As does Nama.
I'd telepathically say to Joe, they wanted the ring.
So, God, what's her name again? So Deliria. Now that Azazel is dead, what does this mean for the Blood War?
Azazel's simply a lieutenant for one archdevil. It continues. His mission failed. I do not know what his mission was, but I can imagine it was important. I'm not sure what will happen to whatever he left uncompleted. They could send devils after him, depending on how important they think the mission is, or they can just leave it. I guess it all depends on what Nama's going to do.
I mean, talking to him would shed light on it, would it not?
talking to Azazel?
Oh yes, I killed him with this dagger. So from what you said, he is in this dagger, and whoever is attuned to this dagger is able to talk to him. Is he not?
That's true. Then do it.
We do have a few other questions, if you do not mind.
I'm happy to answer them. Honey, would you like to come in back and begin the meditation process? And she pulls the curtain back.
This potentially should be discussed more before we make any further actions.
I'm sorry, I didn't know you owned her. Is it okay if she comes back?
Oh, y'all, I'm so sorry.
Okay. Remote's gonna look to Joe and say, let me attune to it. I have sold my soul once before. Do not taint yourself with this blade. I can speak through the dagger so you could communicate with your father without endangering yourself. Let me do this for you.
Remote. While that is the most selfless and the kindest thing anyone has ever offered me, this is the only thing. This is the reason why I have met any of you, is my father. If I have one chance to speak to him, if I have a chance to know why he was killed, why Nardo told Azazel to kill him, I am taking that chance. And while I appreciate you offering that, you have a second chance. This is all that I have lived for. This is my everything. I have to do this. And unless somebody else says something, I am going to walk behind the curtain. Oh, sorry. Deliria, while I'm meditating, my friend here, Aldous, I think he has a couple of questions for you.
Hey, do you have a scroll of plane shift? Or like a wand or a staff?
Hey, you are a diplomat. What are you doing?
I'm a little hungover, I'm sorry.
And I am going to, to draw the attention away from myself, Joe has pushed the attention to him, and I'm going to walk behind the curtain to go attune to this weapon.
Scroll plane shifting. An expensive item.
Yes, it is. I'm willing to pay, willing to do favors, quests, kill somebody.
Let me see here.
Whatever it may cost. I would gladly chip in if it gets you home.
Thank you, my friend.
Oh my god, that's so sweet. I remember I liked you more. Let's see. Well,
I love this woman so much. So many good NPCs tonight.
I can find one. Just for you, honey.
Okay, that's good. What is that gonna... Listen, thank you so much.
You're welcome. So
what would you like? What do you need from me?
It'll cost 50,000 gold.
50,000 gold. Okay, I'll figure that out.
Sorry.
What did she say?
Was that just a big reveal slap, Ben?
No, that was a fly in my room.
50,000?
I just imagine she did that. It was like 50,000 gold, and she just like kills a fly.
50,000 gold for the scroll. I will also need to charge you for any labor it takes to find it.
Okay, see, listen, now we're getting into a little bit crazy because I'll be honest with you. I don't have that kind of money. So what can I do? What kind of labor can I give you? What about the information as to where to find it? And I go get it myself.
I mean, we could work out some sort of labor.
Yep.
I mean, sure. I mean, I'm a little hungover today, so maybe tomorrow. But sure, fine. Why not? She's gonna give me my scroll.
I hate it when they're so agreeable. All right. Immediately ruins it.
Aldous can do some things with that water arm. Let me tell you.
There's a water hand.
Woof.
You're not there.
I know.
There are all sorts of relics and oddities that I need. If you give me some time to look into it, we could work on an exchange. You do a thing for me, and then I do that. Of course, if you didn't want the scroll, you could always just walk through my closet.
What do you mean?
I have a portal.
Oh, where does your portal go? Anywhere I want?
It goes to a very special place.
Oh my god, I love this woman.
A place that could take you anywhere you want.
The term walk-in closet very literally.
What is that going to cost me? Or are you just being nice?
I'm saying you could take the scroll or you could take that, whichever one you would like. But this place is a place that only has been dreamed of. That legends speak of as legends. And I'm here to tell you it's very, very, very real. And every door you open there is another portal to somewhere else.
Then, yes, I will do that.
It's like an old Xanathar's shop with all the mirrors.
I was thinking Nightmare Before Christmas.
It's a place called Sigil.
Yeah, write that down. Big boy.
Sigil.
Write that down.
Write that down. God damn it. Thank you. If I go, Delirious.
As for what I want, I'm still not entirely sure, to tell you the truth. I wasn't expecting this visit.
Wait, so I cannot go right now? Like, you're not gonna let me go right now?
No, I need an exchange of services.
Okay, you're such a tease, you know?
I know.
I will figure it out, okay? Just let me know what you want. Send me a list, you know? I'm sure you have ways. What else you got in here, though, by the way? I'm just curious. Anything else? You get anything important? Because I just want to look around. There's some cool shit in here.
Roll a persuasion check plus a d10.
Sure.
Sure. Roll that drop table.
Oh, no.
No, that's bad.
Oh, no.
That's bad.
That's
a
bad.
bad roll.
12 total.
A 12. That's with your d10. Damn.
Yeah.
What's up, dude? I rolled it.
9 and the 3.
I rolled
is
a
what he
2.
rolled.
Okay. Well, I have 4 potions of healing specifically available right now. If that's what I assume you mean.
No, I need like... Oh, sorry.
And I also have...
Can I go pee? Do you need me?
You can go pee.
Thank you. Oh my god.
This potion of mind reading. That one will cost you 10,000 gold pieces.
Okay, that's all right. I'm okay. I thought there'd be something more interesting here, you know? You guys, you have a good front here. You're such a, you know, wonderful woman. You have all these oddities. I thought maybe, you know, it'd be interesting and a little worth my time, you know? I can see why you need me to go get stuff for you.
Ooh.
We've been on a bit of a dry spell ever since the government shut down the borders.
Oh, there's no government anymore. See that?
I know, and I'm planning on getting more things.
And you know who did that? I had a hand in that. Only one hand, though. So maybe, you find anything good, you come talk to me first, right?
I will have new items every so often. Every session.
Send me a dove or some sort of raven with like a flyer.
Gur screams in the distance.
You can just cast a sending spell and ask me.
Okay, I would if I had that, but I don't have that.
Well, whose fault is that? Seems like you're the one that's ill-equipped.
I'm trying my best, okay? I cannot change every session, I have to like pick one time and then I just have them for a whole level.
Do you have a scroll of sending?
No, I do not. But I can get one for you by tomorrow.
No, that is okay. Listen, Grimmel, or unless you want it, man, I'm just going to come back if I need to.
I could learn from this scroll, and then
That
we would
was
have
my
it.
thought.
For that kind of spell, it would only be 300 gold pieces. Requests,
I believe we can make that happen.
Requests I can usually make happen within a day, but as for what's immediately on stock, that tends to be, for 300 gold, I can get this by tomorrow, of course.
Sounds like a deal.
Very good. We require half up front.
I thought you liked me, but I will give it to you.
Dear, I love you, but I also love money more, and that I need you to never forget, or it won't work between us.
All right.
She takes the 150 with her
Not a problem.
her very long fingers and just kind of like pockets it. Now, your friend will need about another 55 minutes or so to focus. Feel free to look around and don't break anything. Oh, yes.
Was hoping to ask you something.
Ask away.
Well, as a woman who clearly has connections.
You're being too nice.
I'm wondering if you have heard of a very special magical artifact. One from the Feywild that would have found its way here relatively sometime in the very early recent past. I can't talk. Within the
very early recent past.
Yeah, I can't talk. Within the last month.
What's it called?
We call it a divining rod. It is etched with runes of the Feywild. Have you heard of such an item finding its way here?
I'm aware of the item you speak of, but I have not heard of any in the walls of New Praxia. Why do you think it came here?
It is a relic of my people that was stolen by a man who spoke of this city.
He spoke of this city.
Yes.
You're sure?
It was mentioned in his journals as well. And I hold up the journal, actually.
You give it to her?
Sure.
She takes it and flips it open. How do you know this was mentioned in his journal? It's written in Unterbergen.
He told me of this place.
He lied. He is not from New Praxia. And she shuts the book.
Where would he be from, then?
It's incredible. You have the answers, and you just can't read them. And she sets it down at the counter. I could tell you them.
At what cost?
What do you have?
Not much. Some gold.
How much?
What?
If you
How much would be necessary?
Grimold, why do you have to get involved in everything?
I owe much to these, so I have much to give.
I'll take 100 gold for it.
Done.
Okay.
And I'll drop 100 gold on the table.
It's funny, all you needed to do was ask someone who spoke Underbergen to read the journal.
I'm unfamiliar with the language.
Well, he writes in Underbergen, and he's not in New Praxia, formerly Cordoba. Which means that he is very likely in Underberg.
And where would this place be?
To the south, past the mountains. If it's still there, I haven't been out of this city.
Time to go outside the city.
Yes. Well, I have a direction to go now.
You'll follow the road south, and it will fork. You could take either way, but it's all about which way you would like to go. If you turn left, you will go over the mountains. If you turn right, you will go through the mountains. Neither way is easier nor harder, depending on the season or what's there. But of course, I don't know. I haven't been out of the city in over 15 years.
Thank you.
You're welcome, dear. And thank you for the gold. And thank you for coming. Is there anyone else?
I love this woman. One-stop shop for knowledge.
In that case, look around. Don't break anything. And I'm gonna go check on your friend. And she just hovers to the back.
Y'all, I can't believe none of you tried to stop me besides Grimold. I'm about it, but like...
It's alright.
You seemed so certain.
You're not there, Joe. Alright.
I know, y'all are good boys. I'm just... Alright.
You guys hang out? Waiting for a bit? If no one else has anything else they'd like to do, you just hang out in the shop, maybe outside the shop.
Well, I wanted to see if I could buy something.
What would you like to buy, dear?
Do you have a staff of healing?
A staff of healing? Let me look at it. Let me see what I can find here. I don't have one, but I could certainly find one. But... And she looks you up and down. She goes, I think it'd be a waste of your money, dear.
Fair enough.
You are, how should I say, incapable of wielding such an item, if you know what I mean.
Oh, shit.
I'm going to pretend that I do, and I'm just going to leave.
I'll message you later. Alright. After the hour is up.
Oh, no.
Joe, after kind of like practicing with it and just kind of meditating around it, you finally are guided by Deliria over time as she tells you to like kind of like try it out, try its weight, see how it feels. For the last 15 minutes or so, she makes you just kind of sit with it and listen to it. She specifically tells you to listen to it. And you do, as much as you can, listen to it. But seems almost stupid. There's nothing to listen to. It's just a dagger. And then, as the hour goes up, you are sitting there. You hear, hello, I'm Cerus. Your hair is pushed back as you open your eyes, and you see you're still sitting in the back of Deliria's shop, but there is a holographic, almost transparent red orb floating in front of you. It's like this. It's a perfect orb with an eye in the center, and the eye glows very brightly. And it's just looking at you. How can I help you, Josephina Bartholomew? As it speaks, like ferrofluid kind of comes off of its orb, like a speaker almost. And that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
Ooh. Dirty.
Sorry, we would have gone further, but I gotta kill this fucking fly. Getting a little fucking sick of it. But no, seriously.
Speak for that? No. No.
So, I hit it. Did I kill it? Thank you all.
No animals were harmed in the making of this term.
No, fuck flies. All right. Thank you all so much for joining us today on Once Upon a Tavern. Just a reminder, we do have a Patreon at patreon.com/onceuponatavern. If we get 10 subscribers at the $5 tier, Mike will blue himself. I can't make this any clearer. You have to pay $5 to watch a grown man paint himself in blue body paint. That's all.
He embarrassed the shit out of himself.
It's gonna be, and then
way cheaper than Blue Man Group.
By the way, he has to do it and then come out in public. Like that's all. Like that's great. That's great.
Yeah.
So go to
Ben, were you clapping to accentuate your words, or were you trying to hit the fly still?
Wait, I haven't. It's like I'm making a trap right now. It's gotta. So please go to patreon.com/onceuponatavern. It's not safe for life. That's funny. This has been super easy to do, so I'm really happy. I was worried this was going to be a pain in the ass. I don't know what Bill and Seth always complain about. This is really easy. No, I know this is easy because of the work they've put in to make it easy. So, but anyway, thank you all. Stay healthy, stay safe, and don't forget Sundays are for D&D. Good night. I didn't have my transition.